puts in some name. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, there it is. All right.
Oh my god. This thick chat. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that's basically all that's been relevant as of the past few weeks. Is just the thickness everywhere. Like.
Oh yeah. By the way, congratulations on 70,000 now. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I was just like, what? When you're about to say congratulations, I'm like, what are you congratulating me on? Because I've passed through so many milestones this week. I don't even know which one I'm on.
Hey, listen, give it 15 more minutes. I'm gonna have to tell you congratulations on 80K.
Something.
You're right.
I actually decided to take this whole week off.
No, there's this picture in the thick chat, and it's literally that one chick from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and they like put Heavenly's face over it.
Wait, let me see.
That's what I'll do. If I get tired of showing my face, I'll just post booty in the
fucking nice chick. Aviators on my face. Get that chick out of my face. What's up, nice chick?
I'm gonna find. Let me just find a. Let me just find some thickness to put on screen. Let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
Find a picture of Twin Tails since I made a video on her. I haven't got to the point. I mean, I'm not that rich. I can't wait till I am that rich. But I'm not so infatuated by the thickness that I would buy that game because I would play it for like a day and then never touch it again.
You got to be thick rich to do that. That's thick rich.
If I already had a Nintendo Switch, then I would probably rent the game or something and on Redbox and just have fun with it for a day or two.
They have Nintendo Switch games at Redbox.
But the reason why, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't. But the thing about Nintendo Switch is that like I don't already have a Nintendo Switch and like it doesn't have a library. I do think though.
Oh, by the way, before we get too deep into it, in the podcast chat, can you turn the ability to like put pictures? Can you turn that off?
Oh, that's not already off?
No.
I normally have that off.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
made the chat and didn't give it any restrictions.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see that shit either.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Not only am I not trying to see it, I'm not trying to get in fucking, because there was I was live streaming my Q&A thing and somebody just happened to post like titties in there, so I had to like delete the stream. I had to stop it immediately, delete the stream, and then like start over. And I was just like, oh great, somebody ruined it. Like, so
that reminds me of when I had that Plank Revolution stream and some fuckboy posted some hentai in the chat and then the video got taken down. But then I got it restored. You remember that because I told you I texted you. I was like, you can't stream on the Heavenly Kings channel. But then it got
like, nigga, what? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. So.
What'd you do?
But so I did get I also, you know what's so funny, Jay? I was talking about this the other day about how I was so like for the longest time, for those months that I was so mad that I couldn't stream on my channel, and then I got it back, and I went on like a streaming kick, and now I kind of like I don't want to stream on my main channel anymore. Which this actually happened before, but this is how it is now. I have another community guideline strike, Jay, so I can't stream on my main channel.
Oh, so, that's why you don't want to stream on that channel. That's why you don't want to stream there.
I already decided that I didn't want to stream on that channel. I actually decided that I didn't want to stream on that channel like right before that happened, and then it did happen. So it's like I jinxed myself. But the thing is, but this wasn't even something that I didn't even get a strike on something that was recent. And so this is almost making me afraid to even dispute age restricted videos now, because it was a video that I uploaded a year ago, Jay. And now it's like, I think that because YouTube has changed their policies, they're getting extra strict or some shit or whatever the fuck. And I'm just too lazy. I don't care enough to go through the video and try to find. It's like, even if I do not find anything that I feel legitimizes me getting a strike for it, the strike still exists anyway, so there's no point of even complaining about it. It's like, whatever. But the video was originally age restricted, and I disputed the age restriction. And then the video got, instead of like it's almost as though appealing the video and giving it a second pair of eyes, instead of getting it restored, got it completely taken down, and then I got a community guideline strike for it. And so another video that I had uploaded, I think is like the Smasher Pass Anime Edition video, that got age restricted recently, and I just didn't even bother to dispute that, because I'm like, that video's already at 500,000 views. I don't need any more monetization off of that. That's fine.
500,000 views.
So, yeah.
God damn.
I didn't bother with that one. Some of these random videos are getting like a lot of views over time. Like, it's one of those videos, sometimes I'll just put a video out there and then I won't really look at it for a while, and then I'll go back and scroll through. Like that Conan mod video is at 400,000 views now. Or even that Hinata video, that clickbaity video I made, that's at 350 something thousand. Let me see. What
God damn.
357,000. And you know, you can see the salt in the comments. Like, look at this dirty nigger on the screen. Thinks he's cool with this clickbait thumbnail. Like, it's like, nigga, just because you fell for it, don't get mad.
Right.
And I tell people this, and like, I admit sometimes I'm like, oh man, like this is how people feel about my channel. But then when I made that video, me reading hate comments and stuff, I got so many people who were just like, oh, fuck those guys. Like, so it's just like, you're just kind of like, when you have like this tendency to filter through the positivity and only see the negativity, but there's just as much, if not more, positivity. So if you think you get everything free. Oh yeah, I was watching this vlog of like, because you know, like in clubs, Jay, like girls can get in free sometimes.
Oh man, that's all the time. Girls are free before 10.
Yeah.
Girls free before 11. I fucking hate that shit. That's annoying to me.
But then, like, I was watching this vlog, and this guy was like, "No, these girls, they want equality and shit. You gotta pay."
Oh yeah, you gotta pay too. Yeah. Whose vlog was that?
Ways.
Was that David's?
It was David. It was David Dobrik.
Yeah, it's just like, man, no, they want rights and all this other shit.
Yeah.
I think it was Alex who said that. Like.
It was Heath. He was Heath. That said.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's funny.
Dude, his vlogs,
shit.
vlogs are fucking hilarious, man.
They are. I mean, like, there's like, that's why I was like, I was just going through and watching some, and like, there's some that are just so fucking hilarious. Like, I'm like, man, how did I just find this guy? Like, there was this one where like they bought like all the apple juice in this department store, because I guess he said like he wanted apple juice as a kid, and as a joke they were like getting him a whole stack of it and shit. And then as they're leaving the store with like a full like basket of apple juice, there's a truck coming in that's restocking apple juice for the store. And what do? They go back in and they buy like a whole another basket.
Oh.
And it's just funny the way
these guys just waste so much money, man. Like.
Oh my god, I saw one that was like, it was pretty old, because I've just been going through and watching through the catalog, where they got evicted from their apartment or something, or maybe it was a joke, where they filled their entire apartment with packing peanuts, where they were literally able to swan dive into it. Like, it was just,
oh yeah, I saw that one.
It was in the bathroom. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, is this really worth like a video? Like like a 4-minute video, and it's like half or a third of the video? Like,
but then again, they're all making videos simultaneously on the same things that are happening during the day. So like, you'll have David's who's like 4 minutes and some change, and then you'll have Heath's who's like, his will be anywhere in between 8 and 9 minutes, and then you have what's his name, Alex has his own channel, and that's usually within like,
yeah, they all have channels,
5 to 6 minutes. Yeah, so they're kind of all just circle jerking the same things that they do every day. Like,
but like, I mean,
except for Gabby. Gabby just refuses to like vlog that shit. Like,
oh yeah,
she chooses to walk down Sunset Boulevard talking about her acting auditions that she knows she's not gonna get, but she gets them anyway. Like.
But that's like my goal, like, and I like how in the same way with someone like Flip DeFranco and his like little group of people, I want to eventually get to the point to where, and I might have to just like branch out into a more general category, because you know these weebs don't ever leave the fucking house. So I'm trying to get to a state where like, yeah, like I'm trying to get to a state where like I have a whole, like, even if like we're living together or just living near each other, we're like a whole group of people who make similar types of content, and we can just collab off of each other's channels all the time. But every time I try to do that, most of these people that actually have subscribers that make videos like I do, they're either afraid of me because of the way that I am. They like, oh no, he's gonna stop
scaring people, bro. You gotta stop scaring people, man.
I can't, bro. I'm just too much of a real ass goon for them.
You're not advertiser friendly. That's
yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like,
I put heavily on my channel to get an age restriction. Fuck that. Like, it's either that or like the former, like I mentioned, they just like weebs that don't leave the house and just don't fucking ever, or don't show their face on their channel or some shit. So
it's okay. But I'm getting to a point where like I enjoy like I actually this past week I took the week off because I was like dealing with a whole lot of stuff. I was being a nigger this week. No, I was just super hermit crab this week because I just didn't feel like making videos. Like, maybe not I didn't feel like making videos, but I just never got around to it. Every time I like got around to it, I was just like, I'm a little too tired. It's not that I didn't have the drive. I just like, I had too much going on in my head to really like focus on a video and editing and stuff. So I was just like, you know what, let me just take this week off. Like, it's not a big deal. So
no, I've kind of been feeling that too. honestly, like this past week. And the ironic part is that I have more free time on my hands. Like now that I don't have school, suddenly it's like I don't feel like doing anything, just like laying around. But I definitely think it was a good idea, and I feel like I've got to the point, because what I've been doing before up until this point on my YouTube channel is just grinding to get my subscriber base to a certain number. So I've just been putting out like just content. But now I feel like I'm to the point where I don't have to double upload every day. So I'm just like going back to one upload a day, and then using the rest of the time just like not overwhelm myself. So that's what I've been doing. I still want to like also stream some more, but I've just, like I said, I think I have to ease myself into it. But definitely this next upcoming week, because like there's so many games that I gotta play, like, and I'm going to keep saying it, Jay, because I'm not denying that like I'm going to finish the fucking Witcher 3. You know what? That's gonna be one of. I'm gonna even write that on my whiteboard. That's gonna be one of the
Sure
things.
you are. Sure.
No, fuck you. I'm finishing Witcher 3. I'm playing all the DLC. What else is there? Assassin's Creed Unis shit. You gotta play that some more.
Oh, I tried to stream that today, and like normally the video like fucks up, like, you know, it's all stuttery and shit. I actually fixed it today. Like I was able to like get the frame rate correct and everything. Then the audio was all fucked up. It was just like the whole fucking time, and I'm like, oh my god, like this game just does not want me to live stream it at all.
I was on your stream earlier today when you were playing Darksiders 2. It seemed pretty crisp. Your audio,
oh yeah, but that was before I switched to
You gonna flame my skinny skeleton ass? Go ahead, bro.
that was before I switched to Unity. So after I switched to Unity, that was it. Like it was over.
Well, I don't know about fucking up streams, but all I know is just playing Unity. That shit is just so bad. Like I remember even like. And it was funny, so I watched this YouTube video where they basically like Ubisoft just announced like 3 new games in like a press release or some shit, like how they just don't give a shit about their games. Like they just like whatever, like they just put them out. They just throw them out to get money. And the funny thing is that Ubisoft is like kind of like a Nintendo in some ways, but even I would say Nintendo puts more effort and creativity into their games than Ubisoft. Like Ubisoft just shits out games. Like they're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna make another Far Cry, another Assassin's Creed, another The Crew. So
yeah, I thought about that. The Crew, it's so interesting too that I got to like pay attention to all of these like new games that they announced and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm psyched for another Assassin's Creed. You know, you guys have been working on it for 3 years now. Like it's about time, because it was they had 2 different teams working on the previous ones. They had the Black Flag team is working on Assassin's Creed Empire. Well, Assassin's Creed Origin, because they decided to change the name last minute. They always do that shit. Yeah, so just so that way they could like prove YouTubers wrong. They were just like, yeah, it's no longer called Assassin's Creed Empire. It's Assassin's Creed Origins now. Same exact thing that we said it was. You know, Egypt, all that cool stuff. Yeah, all that stuff is in there, but we just changed the name. And now they have these
like ideas of keep going. Like Call of Duty was doing the same shit. They're like, we're gonna keep just going further into the future and shit. Like what? No one wants this. Like that's why they went back, like Battlefield, Call of Duty, and now Assassin's Creed. Like let's go back to the beginning again. Like
yeah, back when we knew what we were doing. Like no, it doesn't work that way.
Especially with something like Assassin's Creed, Jay. I don't understand why they need to keep going in the future when they can go sideways. They can stay in the same time period and then go to another assassin in another region, and then they can have a crossover like with Assassin's Creed. The one where the main assassin was a Templar. What was that one called? I forget. The one that was like, oh, you don't afford a PS4, so we need to get a PS4.
Assassin's Creed Rogue. That's what it was.
Yeah, Rogue, where they were able to cross over assassins from different regions, where like Adewale showed up and all these other things. So like,
hey man, listen, the new Assassin's Creed is called Watch Dogs. Okay, that's what it's called. It's
right?
it's simple.
Much. And the first person version is called Far Cry. Like,
yeah. Okay.
Wait. Oh my god.
Oh man, and then the cartoon version is called Rayman.
Yeah, like,
oh man. Yeah,
literally like that pisses me off. That you remind me. And then the Division. Ubisoft just fucking copies.
Here's a spoiler. Assassin's Creed Origins is actually just Prince of Persia. That's all it is.
It's actually just a Watch Dogs prequel.
Yeah, that's all it really is. Come on.
The guy's last name's gonna be Pierce. Like,
oh, that's gonna be gross. No, you know what? I actually came to the consensus the other day that Watch Dogs 2 is probably one of my favorite games, like ever. And I came to that conclusion because just playing the game, it's fun. It's like never not fun. It's like one of those situations where I could see myself playing this game continuously. Maybe not like all day, all the time, every single day, but I definitely could like sit down, and it's almost like an Overwatch level amount of fun where it's just like I can play it and enjoy it the entire time that I'm playing it. Plus a lot of the like cultural stuff that goes on in the game, like the game is very diversified to where like you can identify with somebody in the game. So as long as they like...
Wait, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Watch Dogs or something?
Yeah, I'm talking about Watch Dogs 2.
Oh.
The game is so like as I'm playing more and more and more of it, I probably have like a couple hundred hours into the game now. But like, yeah, there you go. You should set it to Cyclone. You should set not Cyclone. You should set it for a slideshow. Like pick like 15, 20 booty pics and just let it slide through all of them on the side. Anyway, so yeah, Watch Dogs 2 has been like pretty significant lately. Later, it's just like later on in the game. There's been tons and tons and tons of shit that just makes me just like enjoy the fuck out of this game. I don't know why I'm still fucking playing it, but hey, it's I love it. Yo, what's up, Jakizi?
Keeps you playing it, man.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot more videos on that, and I only came up to that fucking like.
I will tell you guys what I am enjoying playing Injustice 2 a lot right now.
You can no, I don't think so. I'm good.
I mean, I'm sure the game is fun if you're like a fighting game type person. I'm just not. So.
If you like Mortal Kombat, you'll like it. But I'm not a Mortal Kombat type of guy. I was always the Tekken type of guy.
I used to play Mortal Kombat, but I kind of like that was years ago. So.
Yeah, well, it is fast paced like Mortal Kombat now.
I don't know. Like even when I watch Injustice, it just looks like a juggling simulator. Like everyone's just kind of bounce. Like gravity doesn't make any sense. Like they just be bouncing like off of walls like a pinball machine and shit.
It's not supposed to. It's it's an arcade fighting game. Like, come on, it's not supposed to make any sense. Like, nobody really cares.
Yeah, it's whatever. I kind of just think the characters look cool, and so I like watching. Like,
I can't even say that. Like, they look they look weird.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they do. They do. Let me correct myself. Because I like that they look like I was even talking I think Rencho about this the other day. Like in the first game, I felt like they looked better. Like it's like they like Desmond Miles fucking Superman's face. I don't know, like they just fucking like erased his original face and started over.
Hold on,
what is this?
Let me actually like Superman.
I don't like Joker's face, but I do definitely like Wonder Woman's face better because I felt like in the first Injustice she looked like a man.
But just all the characters, they look like kind of like, and I mean it's not that bad in this, but like I was gonna use Horizon Zero Dawn as an example, but there was another game that was kind of like Mass Effect Andromeda. Like it's like that uncanny valley. Like they try to make them look so human, and in the process they just make them look weird. Like it's just like their like facial expressions are like too over the. It's like I think some like to a certain degree. Like I feel like with like VR and all this shit, like video games keep trying to get more and more closer to looking realistic. But I've never really been a fan of that. I think games need to find that like that point where they just stop and then just try to look like games and stop trying to look so real. Like. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in some cases, like when you play like a Quantic Dream game and the graphics are so good, they almost look like real characters. That's pretty cool, I guess. But
this is actually hold on. I'm gonna go into the Summit chat real quick, and I'm gonna post.
Don't half-ass it. This is do it. But
this is Superman from the first game, and then Superman from the second game looks almost like a completely different person. They gave him like this rounded butt chin. Like his face is fatter. Like I don't get it. It doesn't.
I don't even need to see the comparison. Like I remember looking and I noticing that shit. I was
like his nose is significantly fatter. Like holy shit! Like
he looks weird.
Yeah, he looks gross.
That's why I said they Desmond Miles his ass because like remember Desmond Miles in Assassin's Creed Revelation just looked nothing like he did in the previous games.
Yeah, that's because because in the true in the canon material, Desmond Miles didn't die. He didn't die. That was a fake.
They kind of slightly changed his face back. And like, you know what they fucked up the most? What was her name? Rebecca? Was that her name? The tech chick?
Yeah.
They really fucked her up. She was bad, low key, and then they fucked her face up. She looked like a robot. No, actually, both of them. Actually, in Assassin's Creed Revelations, or in Assassin's Creed 3, I think was when they did it the worst. Assassin's Creed, they just fucked up all their facial animations. They all look
everybody's
stupid.
face
They
was just
actually look
ridiculous.
like characters. Now they look like freaking, yeah, like I don't know. But we don't talk about that. Ubisoft don't know what the fuck they're doing. This shit pisses me off.
They'll figure it out eventually, man. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They kind of have to, otherwise they'll just.
It's so fucking hot. Even with my fan on max, I can like bring this shit closer.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta buy you a desk fan to fit up under your desk and aim it straight for your balls, man. I'm telling you, it changes your fucking life. Hey, listen, it changes your life, man. I will never go back to to not having a fan underneath my desk. I swear.
Never swamp ass ever again.
Yeah,
You're like one
I
of
vow
those
to
like
just
DC
never do it.
heroes that needs like a you're like Iceman, like you always need some shit to keep you like alive. It's just like
I always need snacks.
Yeah, you
snacks
need a
and
fan in your pants.
yeah, and fans and shit.
Fan on your
Yeah, that shit is just. I mean, these are just the requirements that I have to live, bro. I don't know how to fix it, unfortunately. Like, I wish I could, but it is what it is, man. Like, as I get older, it's only getting worse too. Like now I don't even like to. It's funny too, because now that I got my car, the first thing I did was like I went to go pick up like one of my homies, and he was like, "Oh, let's go get something to eat." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we like go to the Burger King drive-thru, and I told Nishing about this. Like, we ended up getting our food, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm getting my sandwich." I was like, "You're not eating in my car, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, he goes, "Why not?" It's just like, I don't want French fries on my floor. What the fuck? I just bought this thing. Like,
wow, you know, that's one of those things I would never had thought of. Like, yeah, if I had my own car, I probably wouldn't want like people eating in my car either, because yeah, like I remember one time I had a friend over and he was in my room, and then like he left, and like the next day I just found randomly like Cheetos under my bed and shit. What the fuck?
That shit's not cool, bro. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I mean, granted, I was like 7, but still. Like,
but still, like the fact that it is so important to a 7-year-old to not have Cheetos on his floor. Like, bro, do you come to my house?
Like,
leave that. If I can understand if it's in the kitchen, the dining room, somewhere where food is intended to be. Don't be leaving that shit in my room, bro. What the fuck is wrong? And Alex does that too.
It's like,
Alex does that in my room all the fucking time. Like I tell her, like, you better not eat in my room. Like, the first thing she does is she'll try to sneak away with something to eat. Like, we'll go and pick up something to eat and come back to my house. And I'm just like, are you eating in my room? And she's just like, yeah, but I'm not gonna make a mess. And literally, as she's saying, I'm not going to make a mess, food falls out of her mouth, out of her hand, off her fork, and it's just on my floor now. And I'm just like, you are just the messiest fucking creature, I swear. Just, it's fucking disgusting, bro. And I'm just like, do you have a hole in your face? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I just can't get. Hold on, I gotta ban this guy out of my chat right now.
She swears up and down too. Like, and my mom does it too. So, but like, one of my sisters, she just always eats with her mouth open. It's so loud and disgusting. I don't like that. I hate that noise. And like, I mean, some people can do it quietly, I guess. Like my mom, she doesn't do it so loud, but she still does it. But my sister, like, especially when she's like sitting across the table and it's so fucking loud. I remember I was talking to her the other day, and like she swore to up and down. She was like, "I don't do that anymore. I would never do that." The fuck, you were doing that yesterday?
That's
like,
what they always say.
Yeah, or it's like you were literally just doing that until I said something to you, and then you stopped. Like, what are you talking about? And then the next day, I'm like, "Oh man, don't smack it. It's just doing all that." And you know you can't deny it when like food's falling out of your mouth, and you gotta like look on the ground and shit. Like, it's just like exposed. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, right.
But
hold on, I gotta remove this guy from my. There we go. All right. Now I don't have to worry about it.
Like, this is why I was saying like I wasn't sure if we should do a podcast today instead of tomorrow. Honestly, I've been looking like at like even like my own Twitter, like all the stuff that's been happening has just been thick related. I don't know. This is just the month or the season of the thick. That's all I've been seeing. Like,
nah, bro, I've been like paying attention to a lot of the games and stuff. Like this Ubisoft situation is really like got me a little twisted because I'm not excited for a Far Cry 5 only because the last Far Cry they like really fucked it up. Like I can't deal with it.
Like, I mean, it might not ever happen, but I feel like Ubisoft should just eventually get to that point where people realize that, oh yeah, you guys make shit games. I'm gonna stop playing these. Just because they just keep making sequels to like their.
I mean, the same could be said for Nintendo. All Nintendo makes is fucking Mario, Zelda bullshit. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but Nintendo
then ARMS comes out.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo does this thing where they're like, Nintendo like will come up with them like ideas that sound really stupid in practice, like something like ARMS, but like a bunch of people are gonna play it. Like I watched this video where this guy was like, oh, this is a stupid idea, but then like they were like talking about like Splatoon, like, well, let's have a bunch of like a female squid spray paint on people. That sounds stupid too, but hey, everyone likes this. So like I feel like Nintendo, I can honestly say Nintendo makes good games. I don't think it's the quality of their games that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and obviously there's some things that are repetitive, like what they're making, like they're on like their 8th Mario Kart and their 12th Mario Galaxy or whatever the fuck. But I think that their main problem is, well, not one main problem. Like for one, all their shit is like, they're like Apple kind of, like everything is so in-house. Like they have like, I don't know, do they have multiplayer Nintendo Switch? I just know it's been that friend code bullshit for the longest time. Whatever.
I don't know. I haven't owned a Nintendo product since the Game Boy Advance, honestly. No, I owned a DS.
Well, yeah, well they've
and a 3DS.
They've been having that nonsense, and then they're really gimmicky, and like that's kind of goes in with their games too. They keep trying to try this really bizarre shit. It's hit or miss. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. I think the jury's still out on if the Nintendo Switch is going to be gimmicky or not. Like the Wii was kind of a lucky strike, and then with the Wii U, people were like, "No, this is fucking stupid. I don't want a Nintendo DS controller." Like, and then so there's that. They're really gimmicky. Their stuff is always really expensive. The price never drops. You know how long I've been waiting for Fire Emblem Awakening's price to fucking drop, or Bravery Default, or fucking Pokemon Emerald. Like it never drops the price of anything. They just don't have.
Bro, I made the mistake of going on Amazon trying to look for Mega Man Battle Network 4 and 5. Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
That's
I guess my best hope would be to find those games on like eBay or some shit. Cause like, I mean, I guess like there's a way to emulate DS games on your computer. I don't know. Maybe like, once again, I say this, but like I'm probably never get around to it. But maybe that's the thing. But I just don't see how that would work with the 2-screen thing. But I don't know.
You use your mouse to click around on the like if you need to use the touchpad, you click, and then you just use the WSAD. You use that, and then the arrow keys. So you can use that.
I feel like that would work for some games, but like I feel like with other games, like with the Bleach games, there was a way to execute the combos by just like doing button presses, but it was like 30 button like presses to activate an attack.
Holy shit! Oh,
but like if you hit the touch screen, it would automatically use the attack. But when you're like playing a side, like it was like a 2D fighter, which is really fast paced, you don't want to be like moving and clicking on shit at the same time. So some games that just doesn't work out. So man, but like with the PSP emulator, that was fun. Like I remember when I way back when made that Dissidia video. So when's that fucking game coming to us anyways?
Never.
I mean, even if it does come out,
it's got to be successful on 3 other platforms before it even like gets considered to be localized. Like it's got to make it from arcades to PS4s, from PS4s to PS Vitas, from PS Vitas in Japan over to then that's when the idea gets like, oh, maybe we should bring it to America, and then it's just like that's it. We have to wait. So it's gonna be at least like 4 or 5 more years, bro. That shit is honestly, it's never coming. It'll come at the same time as Kingdom Hearts. So, you know, you can just forget about it. That one, yeah, you can forget about that one.
At the same time as Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. So.
I can't wait till Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, so that just won't be a thing anymore. And then it's gonna be like, when's Kingdom Hearts 4? Like, because I feel like Kingdom Hearts is one of those games to where
I hope they just kill Sora in the 3rd game. Like, I do not care.
No, Sora's gonna forever be the main character. They've even, I think, said that shit. But like,
he can be the main character, but he can also be dead.
They're not intending on not making Kingdom Hearts like ever stopping. I'm pretty sure. Like they're like, oh, this is gonna be the end of the Xehanort. So these past 8 games is just the Xehanort saga. Now after he dies, we're gonna come up with a new fucking villain, some shit. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things. Like, oh, what's an example? Like I don't know. I can't think of an example, but like sometimes you get it from like these long-running anime or something like that, or shows where. There's this villain you've been fighting for a long time, and then, or like I guess Naruto kind of does this, where it's like there's this one villain, just like, okay, well this is like we've been going for episodes upon episodes upon episodes.
When are we gonna kill this guy?
There's always only been one.
Or how about Bleach with Aizen?
Don't you ever disrespect Lord Aizen like that. I will come over to your house and slap your fucking dad. Don't you ever disrespect Aizen.
No, Bleach isn't like that. But there's always like that one villain, and it's just like once we kill this person, then like okay, we're having peace and shit. And then, well, actually, Bleach does do this, but it spreads it out. But then it's just like after you do it, it's just like, well, I haven't even finished saying what I was gonna say. What I was going to say is that they do this thing where there's this villain that takes seasons upon seasons to defeat, and then you finally defeat them. And then suddenly some other villain just comes out of the woodworks. It's like, where were you these other seasons? What, you just waited for us to defeat Orochimaru to start doing shit? Like Naruto, that's why I say Naruto's the best example of this. Because what you mean to tell me that we had, well, first you had Orochimaru was the villain for Naruto, but then I guess Orochimaru was kind of just like a sub, like the Akatsuki even in part 1 was kind of the villain. You just didn't know, but they're kind of working behind the scenes and pulling the strings. But the Akatsuki, was the overarching villain in Naruto made. And so then you finally defeat the Akatsuki. You're like, hey, they were the main villains. We defeated them. We defeated all these people. And then all of a sudden, Kaguya just decides I'm coming out of Madara's dick, and then she shows up and say, oh, okay, now you gotta defeat Kaguya. Then we defeat Kaguya. Okay, that was the final villain. There are no more bad guys. We defeated everybody. World peace. And then here comes the Boruto movie, and now you mean to tell me Kaguya just got like fucking like forsaken children? Just they've been hiding out this whole time. Like, what, you didn't hear about your mom getting resurrected and shit? Maybe you wanted to come out and help during that. Like, they didn't explain in that movie where they came from. As far as I'm concerned, they've been out like going from village to village, fucking bitches and getting money. As far as I'm concerned, they didn't. It's not like when Kaguya came out. Like they could have done some shit like what's some.
Maybe when she was beaten, that's when they emerged.
They could have done. They're like leftovers. They could have been like when Kaguya was released, she awakened a bunch of her children or something.
Yeah, something like that. That makes sense.
But they didn't say that. It's like, nah, these people were just like, all right, it's time to come out and start avenging our parents years later.
Just like, some dick devils later.
Even in the Gaiden with Sarada, where you had Shin, that like Orochimaru failed experiment. Orochimaru, he got fucking failed experiments in every area code. I swear to God, like. Every other
bro,
season,
he got
like,
half aborted children all over the place, dude. Like, he was just like, I forgot to kill that one.
There was this one filler. It was like this filler art that was like the Naruto the Last Generation and Naruto Shippuden, where I think that was like an Orochimaru experiment too, or no, it was someone else's experiment. Like I guess Orochimaru probably just has a book club of like niggas that experiment on children. And
a book club, specifically a book club.
I mean, yeah.
It's like Oprah's book club, but for mad scientist bullshit. Just like it's like okay, so today we're going to be experimenting with genetics. And
that's like Batman in his bat caves, dog. Batman got a bat cave in every freaking country. I swear he does.
Batman got a bat cave on the moon. I got a bat cave on the moon, as far as I'm concerned. Like this guy will be like
the moon. The moon was invented by Batman. Okay, it's just a big secret base. That's all it fucking is. All right, let's be real.
Feel like Bruce would be in Clark Kent's like apartment. He's just like, I gotta go, and then that's why he's always disappearing.
He's gotta go. He like pulls a book off his bookshelf. He's like, where you go? Oh shit!
Like, what the fuck?
He's like, Bruce, did you install a bat entrance here? Just like, why the fuck would I not install one at your house? Like,
that was always the thing. Though. I remember even like in Batman Beyond, like they just had like random like sewer like entrances that would like lead to the Batcave or some shit. Like what the fuck?
What if some like teenagers were just like roaming around in like these sewer areas, because teenagers used to do that back in my day because we didn't have fucking we didn't have smartphones.
You know what happens when that happens?
You
know what happens?
You just discover the Batcave. Like
no, when people discover the Batcave all the time, you're just like, damn it, you know my identity now. I'm gonna make you my sidekick.
No, actually,
get you
Red
killed
Robin,
by the Joker.
Actually, Red Robin, his name's Tim Drake. He's the only freaking Robin that has figured out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and Batman's like.
Did you really just try to give me an introduction to?
No, I'm just saying, like that's freaking cool to me. Like that we made.
No, but I like how you explained it as if I didn't already know who Tim Drake was.
Listen, here's the problem with that. Wait, like it's stupid to try to bring logic where logic already doesn't exist. Like to be like, oh man, even though Bruce Wayne has like 3 orphan children and he also has 3 sidekicks, he was able to figure out that he was Batman. Like,
it's not that hard.
If Batman existed in real life, I know this is a weird comparison, but I thought the same thing in like when I remember in Hannah Montana, I was like, the concept of Hannah Montana is so fucking stupid. Like, you tell me no paparazzi followed her effectively to her house one day? Like, you know how paparazzi be finding people on some island off the coast of like Tahiti or some shit?
No,
you need to tell me that like.
First of all, how did the paparazzi afford to go to Tahiti in the first place? Oh wait, that's because there's people everywhere. I forgot. There's not like a single organization.
Yeah,
it's like
in this generation. But like, you mean to tell me this bitch can just take off a wig and then suddenly now it's just like, oh yeah, that's a completely different person, and she can go. You got people who go to LAX and they got a freaking scarf on, sunglasses, they got a cloak of invisibility, and TMZ still finds their ass. So you mean to tell me you could just take off a wig and suddenly, oh yeah, that's a completely different person? Get the fuck out of here.
I just didn't understand the concept of her needing to be a separate person in the first place. Like bitch, what you need a secret identity for? Like, don't nobody like you at your school anyway, bitch. Like, what?
But like, so you have like examples like that, and then same way in like most of these superhero shows, like if you really thought about it, like you would like, it's common sense. Like, it's so stupid that like Clark Kent can just put on some glasses and then it's just like, all right, that's a different person. But actually, I do remember one time, I think the best way that they put it was in American Alien by Max Landis. this guy, they asked that question. They're like, you think you could just put on some glasses and people recognize you? And it's like, oh, people say I look like Superman all the time, but they just say I look like him, like just coincidence. Because like, I mean, if they can find somebody to look like Tupac to be in the All Eyes on Me trailer, it's not so outlandish that there's just people out there looking like other niggas. So that's probably just the conclusion that they come across. But when like you have it to where you see both of those people in the same person sees the two of them, it's like if you don't make the comparison.
Now I'm not saying I'm Batman. I'm just saying that me and Batman have never been seen in the same place at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Like, but so that's why I feel like you can't be like, oh man, this guy's such a badass for figuring out this super obvious thing that the only reason no one else hasn't found out about it is because of plot. Like they don't get credit for that. Like, so I don't give them credit for that kind of shit. Like,
all right, I can understand that though.
Nah,
Hannah Montana's the best Sama main. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
True. I agree with this. That makes sense.
I agree. Yeah.
Oh, I did want to talk about this Overwatch anniversary edition. Anniversary event. She not only needs to be buffed, but she needs a twerk. Like she needs a twerk emote.
A twerk?
Like, yeah, she needs a twerk emote. That's what she needs. Where she just starts twerking, bro. Like she absolutely 100% needs it. Not only does she need a twerk emote, I think Mei should go jacketless. That's something that needs to happen. Even if I gotta pay 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 coins for that shit, I have no problem low-lifing Overwatch just long enough to do that. Did you notice that the event is only 2.5 weeks long?
I mean, most of the events are that long.
Yeah, but the Uprising event was like a month and some change. And then the
was it? I don't think so.
Yeah, it was. And then the Christmas event was like, yeah. Hold on, let me see.
Because I think Jay was playing that like the last couple of days, and like just no-lifing it, pretty much.
Yeah, I remember that. Let me see. The Uprising event. Let me see dates. Overwatch.
Let's see. Because yeah, it didn't seem like it was around for that long.
Let's see. May 1st is when it ended. When did it start? Because I remember the Christmas thing was like a month long too, but that was just because it was.
It was like, April 11th to May 1st. So yeah, I guess that's kind of a month, like minus a week. So like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, I guess.
This one's only like 2.
I think the event scales by how like big it is. Like with the Uprising event, they had like a shit ton of a total overhaul of new skins, plus the like the game mode. And so maybe the anniversary event, I mean, hopefully, because I'm seeing from what it's shown so far is there's 3 new skins and a bunch of new emotes. That's very mediocre. Like, and then the 3 skins for characters
I know Sombra's getting a bunch of new stuff. You know, they're giving her voice lines, set emotes. I think she's getting 1 new skin. Then we saw Bastion, Zarya, Soldier, Tracer's getting 1, I think. And so is Pharah. Pharah's getting a skin.
Well, the skins that they showed, I don't know. This is one of the few instances where I just didn't like Soldier's skin. Kind of looked whack. Zarya's skin looks dope. I can't.
Yeah,
say
it
that,
looks really good.
Zarya, so
I will now. She's gonna be my main bitch.
I don't remember the last.
Pharah.
I want them to make skins that like. Well, I guess these skins do kind of do that, but I want to do skins that totally overhaul the character to like I liked how I was watching this video of Jeff Kaplan, and he was showing like old concepts for characters, and he was showing that big banner that showed like the first concept art, and there's a lot of like hero designs that were changed drastically, and there's a lot of designs that look, and Jeff Kaplan even teased this, he's like, we might make this alternate version of Mercy a skin one day or something like that. I'm like, don't do that shit and then not do it. Like, don't even try to fix your face to say some shit like that. Like, can you just not?
Don't
even tease me like that. So,
and then they've already teased like the three additional characters that aren't Doomfist, so that's a little trigger inducing.
Even some of these, like, I mean, I don't know, like some of these characters, I feel like it would be hard because they're alternate concepts for a pre-existing character. The way that they look, it would be kind of hard to make them into a new character, like, I mean, into like their like existing character. And for some they can. Like, I even think Onikkel made a video about how the original concept for Reinhardt's skin, it basically is just Reinhardt just with a different, he just looks slightly different. So that one's definitely doable. So I think they should try that one. But yeah, there's a few like that. There's a few like concept skins that they could use.
And then they could always do the typical lazy developer thing where they hold a contest saying to all of our artists who want to draw costumes and skins, we're gonna hold a contest.
There's already so much fan-made stuff already out there.
I know, right? It's one of those things where like they build up hype over it. Maybe one of you lucky people will be able to design a skin for, you know, our next event or whatever, and then all of a sudden you got a lot more people making new skins, and then you only have to pick one or two, maybe three, but that's about it. And then it's just like, okay, we'll be holding the next one in like 3 more months, just building up more hype for that shit, and just having all these artists just waste all their fucking time on skins.
There's all kinds of great ideas in the world that can be implemented, but it's just all about doing those things, which never really happens.
Yeah, and I was watching a Force video where he was talking about, and you know what, I hate listening to some of these Overwatch channels because they're just so fucking stupid sometimes. Like, you could tell when they're
sometimes like
really hardcore clickbaiting and shit.
Because
like,
I do it myself, you can tell when they're just like coming up with some clickbait title for a topic, and then like you'd be watching the video, and then like I have to say like 2 minutes in, it's like they're not really talking about anything, and then I leave, like.
Today we're going to be talking about the new skins for Overwatch. Overwatch has officially new skins for this new event that is coming up. It is the anniversary event that is going to include new skins. We're going to have new skins for almost every single character. I've data mined it myself, which is when you go into the game and you look at the new files. Yeah, that's literally like all they do is circle jerk their own sentences where they go, so for this new event where we get new skins coming up this month, like, okay, I get it, we're getting new skins in a new event this month, like. So let me tell you about these new event skins. They're gonna be amazing. They're gonna be great. Here are some of the concept art. Soldiers getting a new skin specifically for Soldier. No other character is going to have a skin like this. Like, oh my god! You are literally just talking about the same thing in circles for 2.5 minutes so you can fill a 10-minute video with 6 ads in it.
I do sometimes, like, here's my philosophy. Because a lot of times what they do is that they'll make a video on, like, and I hate when channels do this, and it doesn't work either. You fuck up your attention when you do this. Like, it's kind of like amazing, Jay, how many people with millions of subscribers, well, I won't say millions, that's kind of taking it kind of far, but like people with a shit ton of subscribers, that they're doing this stuff that like doesn't work. Like, YouTube doesn't work on YouTube. Like, why are you even trying this? And what I mean by that is, like, for example, like SourceFed would do this all the time, and it was so annoying. And like Nickel does that on one of his videos, like I was watching, where like it was like a 10-minute video, and when he finally finished covering the topic of his video, of his like on this thumbnail, his title, it was like 2 minutes into the video. I'm like, well, there's 5 minutes for. And so I don't need to watch this video now. You've already said everything. So, so yeah, that's freaking stupid. So like what they'll basically do is they'll talk about, like, a lot of news things do this. They'll talk about a specific topic that was the title of their video for their thumbnail, but then they're like, oh, there's some stuff that wasn't click worthy, but we want to talk about it, so we're going to slide those in as well. And I guess for some people it works. Like someone like Philip DeFranco, I think that works. Like Philip DeFranco talks about a whole bunch of shit that I probably wouldn't care about, but I think he talks about this stuff because he feels like it's pertinent information that he feels like people need to know about. That's like big stories. But my philosophy is, if it's not a big enough story to make its own video on, then it's not worth making a fucking video on, period. Like, don't try to like litter all these different things in there. Like, basically, and it's like, it's even more profitable to just make one video where you focus on one topic, and then you can be more in depth. Because I hate this so much. You know, when you're on TV and they have those news stories,
and then you could take all the other topics and make 10-minute videos out of those.
Yeah, or don't make them at all if they're shit.
Yeah, or don't make them at all. You know, that works.
Now, in some cases, like for me, if I wanted to make a video on a specific game and I wanted to show gameplay for it, and I thought it was enjoyable, I thought it was interesting, but I was like, okay, this isn't click worthy, that's fine. But like, if the other stuff that you're using to like also include in your video isn't as like, it's like there's stuff that's really interesting that you just kind of have to get people to see. Like, that's basically my whole like channel. That's like how, in fact, what Best Guy Ever, the YouTuber, how he put it, from Huey from the Boondocks, I'm gonna just coin that term. Just use Huey's law. If you're trying to get your message across, make it entertaining so that people will listen to you. That's understandable. And if you could somehow do that, if you could take boring topics and make them interesting, when we have someone like Nickel, the example that I mentioned, he talks in his monotone voice and just talks over gameplay. So unless the information is interesting, he can't hold me on just his commentary alone. So it either has to be interesting and informative, or it has to be super relevant. And then if not, then whatever. So like when people have this news story, And then yeah, just make that its own video. Because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll have a really interesting story, but they'll kind of just briefly mention it and not talk about it anymore. And now it's just like, I wanted to hear more about that story. It seems like there's more to that story that you're just not mentioning. And then you're just like going on to this other thing that's like useless and I don't give a shit about. Because like, and I know, don't tell me that there's not more, because there have been so many times where I'm like, I found this video and like, I probably only initially had 6 minutes of stuff to talk about it. And like, about my, but I want those AdSense money, so let me make a 10-minute video. So let me think of,
let me put some mid-rolls in this bitch.
Exactly. So a lot of times, and it's not me just adding filler, like I try not to make my videos, like I don't want them to be boring, like, oh, the 5 minutes of interesting and 5 minutes of boring shit. Like if I can't watch my own video straight through, then I'm not expecting other people to do so. So I have to not only find stuff to fill in the gaps, but find stuff to like that's interesting. That's why I've made it to where I'm only doing 1 video a day now, because like I don't want to just throw shit out, and I want it to be like edited to be really well. I want to cut the fat of anything that's there. I want to really take the time, really take the entire day to focus on 1 video. And so I actually like sit down and really like pace myself and like, okay, like, you know, what do I want to do with this video? I mean, that's what I've always been saying. Like I was talking to Nishing about this like a month or 2 ago. I was saying like, you know, do what you want to do now, do what you want to do later. And I feel like I'm kind of breaching on into the later areas where like I don't have to just put out content, just put out mod videos to get subs now. I'm kind of getting a nice constant flow. I'm getting around, you know, 700 to 1,000 subs a day, so I don't have to just put out like this loads of content. So I can kind of take a step back and focus on putting more quality into the videos. And so if I try to make a 10-minute long video, then I will actually like research more and find more. You know, if it means if I'm talking about thick twin tails ass, I'll just find more pictures and find some Tumblrs, some Twitters, or whatever I gotta do, you know, to make that video more interesting. Find more stuff to do, find something to live react to when I'm making a thick video or something. And that's why I have no sympathy for these people with hundreds of thousands to millions of subs. And like I feel like some of their videos is like, it's like 5 minutes of like decent stuff and then 5 minutes of just bullshit. I don't like that. And like, and maybe because I'm a YouTuber, I don't know if it works on other people. As soon as I can tell, like as soon as I notice that like the content's starting to slow down, I drop out of the video after that. So that's why I like respect like someone like David Dobrik, who like he just keeps his videos 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And like sometimes he's even saying how, oh man, I need more footage for my videos. So you mean to tell me that you need to find more footage for a 4-minute video? That means just by him saying that he needs to find more footage for a 4-minute video. But as you mentioned, Jay, there's plenty of content that I'm sure is being filmed. He just makes sure to keep just the best shit that he could possibly use. He even edits out
absolutely.
Like,
he's like, yeah, I can't have downtime. He's like, I can't do downtime.
Yeah, there can't be no downtime.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has to be compact. It has to be constant speed, constant flowing. In fact, like, and even in some of my videos, I feel like it kind of slows down sometimes, but that's like expected. Like, you can't make every video like that depending on the topic. Like, if I'm talking about something, you know, I try to keep it somewhat fast paced, but at the same time, you only do that to such a degree. But then I also tell myself it's only a 10-minute video, so like, if I can at least have like there's gonna be moments where it slows down and that's just unhelpable. Like once again, depending on the topic, like I feel like if it's like a vlog, you find a way to keep it fast paced the whole time. But sometimes you can't. But like I think it was actually even I think it was like David Dobrik might have said this, or one of those people, and he was saying like if there's a part where you feel like the content, like you watching it yourself, and you feel like the content is slowing down, then take that part out. Like, and if that means making the video shorter, sometimes it does. Like I remember.
Sometimes making the video shorter is better because, like, you know, having a long form video, sometimes people just get turned off by it. Like, I don't have time to watch a 9-minute video. Like 9 minutes, like that's a part of my life right there. Like 4 minutes 20 seconds, I can fucks with that. I don't mind.
And sometimes, especially like when I make a video and it felt like it was so good, and it's like I don't like. That's why like you were talking about, Jay, when I made that top 10 hentai April Fool's video, 7 minutes. Like after the 7 minutes was down, I was satisfied with the video, and I'm just like, there's nothing more that I can think to add that I feel like needs to be added. So I just kept it at 7 minutes, and it obviously didn't like hinder it, because that also had like 500,000 views or some shit now. So, so yeah, so that was fine.
You also triggered a lot of people, like, so.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it said April 1st in the tagline, so that's their own fault. But so there's that, and then there's also the fact that like my Attack on Titan live reaction yesterday was only 8 minutes and 56 seconds, because like after the live reaction, I said all I had to say in terms of commentary, and I had more commentary that I edited out that I'm sure I could have kept in and made it 10 minutes, but I just didn't feel like it was like once again that whole philosophy. it was kind of slowing down, and I was just like, nah, I don't feel like this needs to be in there, so I just threw it out. So because even for me, like I'd be watching a lot of YouTube videos myself, and like I hate when a video just like it'll have its moment, just like you're kind of just not talking about anything anymore. I kind of don't really need to listen, and it just kind of dies down.
I'm talking about Overwatch getting new skins in Overwatch, the event skins.
Overwatch getting new skins and it's a brand new skin just for this character and on a new map. Like like just circle jerking the same information.
Oh my god, I can't.
So
that shit triggers me beyond like belief, man. I'm just like, I can't believe you had the balls to do this. Like, and then like people in the comment section are really bad. I just absolutely 100% hate looking at comments now. I hate looking at other people's comments because like there were people in the comment section on this last video where he was talking about, oh yeah, I needed to correct myself on a previous video because I was saying how there weren't any more events, and that was really irresponsible for me to say. And I left a comment. I was like, well, why didn't you delete that original video and just put, you know, like an update or some shit? And somebody was like, stop being a hater. I was like, but he just admitted in the video that he was wrong. Like, why would you keep that video up where you're 100% wrong in the previous video, but still leave it up? You fucking idiot. Like, I just don't understand that. Like, what made you? And then some other guy, he commented, he's like, you know, you got a point. And then some other guy was like, both of you guys are just fucking asshole haters. And I'm like, all right, if you say so. I'm an asshole hater calling you out on factual information.
Yeah.
So factual information makes
I'm to the point. Yeah, it's stupid. I'm to the point where like with certain comments, it's hard. Like it's like we're all human, and like I feel like, you know, I don't know if there's any amount of subs that you can get to not be affected by it anymore. But like I just like have to just see like these hate comments, and like I made that video almost as like a goodbye video to haters. Like when I made that video of me reading hate comments, and some people were like, oh, do another read hate comments video. I'm not gonna probably, maybe like obviously later down the line, I'm sure if I find some really hilarious shit, or if I just maybe put a comment on blast on Twitter if it's super funny. But like that's like, I even seen these comments like, oh, I'm gonna leave a hate comment so I can get put on your next video. Like that's not gonna be a thing. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna promote hate. Like I might make a video of just funny comments, but not like hate anymore, because like a lot of these people just leave hate to get attention, and it's like the same old song and dance.
It's fucking
like,
pointless. Like
yeah, it's just like you know, I'm tired of leaving the same response. Like if you don't like it, leave. Or like you're the one who clicked on the video and decided to watch it, so why are you getting triggered when like you put it in front of your own face? You know, like if you didn't like the video, if you felt clickbaited, this, that, and the other thing, like
it's like chopping your own finger off and then you just blame me. Like your video made me do it. Like oh, my video made you do it. My video forcibally made you take a knife.
Let's say you see two dogs or two lions fighting in a cage, and then you're like, wow, that looks really fun. I want to go in and fight with some. This is kind of a dumb example. I don't know why I want to do that. But like, okay, well, here's actually a better example. Here's actually I saw this, like I saw it on like Tumblr or something, right? So
then it's gotta be great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
These two girls, they come up to this guy and they're jerking him off and shit, and like they're all laughing and having a great time and stuff. And then so like they're jerking him off and they're all laughing like, ha, yeah, we're jerking the guy off. And then he nuts in one of the girls' faces, and she looks all disappointed and shit. I'm like, what the fuck did you expect? Like, like it's not like you came in thinking like, I'm gonna jerk his dick out. Like that nutting in your face was not a possibility. Like what? So like I don't understand why you were mad at that. Like that's stupid. That's
I'm confused, appalled, and that story does make sense. But like when you started, right? Like, when you started with these two girls were jerking this dude off, I was just like, what? Like, where is this story going? Like, this don't sound like a good example. Like when you started,
the girl's jerking you off and you nut in their face and they get mad at you. That's stupid. Like
you had to know that was within the realm of possibility, bitch.
Isn't that what the result that you're like going for in the first place? So when someone, it's one thing if I can kind of understand, but then I also can't understand where like it's kind of like where someone like it's kind of like clickbaity, like where like they'll click on something and it's like
bitch, you signed the permission slip the moment you clicked on the video.
Yeah.
The moment you started jerking this penis, that's when you signed that permission slip, bitch. That's exactly what the fuck happened. You were going on this field trip, bitch.
Especially when it's a video where there's like tits in the thumbnail, tits in the title. You click on it and there's tits, and it's like, oh, this weeaboo perv virgin. Like, what did you come here for?
This weeaboo perv virgin.
You're the one who clicked on the video. Like, what the fuck?
That was such a comment. This weeaboo virgin. Like, oh no.
Somebody probably commented.
Oh,
so like, if you were genuinely clickbaited, like oh, you saw 999 hits and oh, it says DLC in the beginning and mod at the end. Oh, you clickbaiter. It's like, it's not my fault you didn't read the whole fucking title.
Just
like,
because YouTube took it upon themselves to only take the important part of my title.
I mean,
they left those three letters that said mod, but they put ... and it's just like
intentionally experiment, and I keep
that's not my fault.
I keep adjusting the title until the mod part is cut off, so you gotta hover over to see it. Like, listen, I'm just playing the game. I'm a businessman. Like, I even was watching, you know that
this title was not my responsibility. That's YouTube's responsibility,
yeah, exactly.
not mine.
What you call it? I'm trying to think of what it was called. But you know that like that video series thing that I paid for that like is like tips of like growing your channel and all these social media and stuff. Yeah, and there's one guy, so he talked about how in 7 months he grew a Facebook page from 0 to 1.6 million likes. And one of the things that he said was that like, oh yeah, people are always saying, oh, you do so many scummy things to get likes and get views and whatever it is to get traffic. And notice also, and we've talked about this before, every time you hear someone say that, they're not a content creator, because they would know that like if you were just like, oh, I'm just a noble Christian who wants to get views the right way, I'm not gonna clickbait, I'm gonna be as accurate as possible in my titles, I'm gonna be as clear and concise in my thumbnail, I'm not gonna kind of mislead,
bitch,
even
please.
in the slightest, like you like literally that's the business model of the planet. Like you think that like I remember like you watched Phil Franco's latest video, right, Jay?
Yeah, I watched
the last one he uploaded.
Yeah.
So like remember they were talking about that whole thing about they were talking about this guy's like this guy's like, oh, his dead father. It's like, oh, that was the same way he ate his fish fillet.
Low key, that commercial almost got to me. Because I honestly, that was such a good commercial. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Like I was just like, oh yeah, that's the one thing that you share with your dad is a greasy fillet of fish sandwich. It's like, man, if my dad ate fillet of fish sandwich, which my dad does eat fillet of fish sandwiches, I would if my dad goes to Target wearing khaki shorts and shit, it's just like that's something that we used to do together. Like what the fuck? And then not one time in that commercial did they ever say the kid's dad was dead. He could have been like away in the army or something, you know, on a trip,
but I don't
you know.
understand. I think it might just be the way that they pitched it, because commercials do that all the time. Like, you know, they have those commercials. It's like a Levi commercial about jeans, and it's showing like, oh, like families bonding and all this stuff, and like
families don't bond because of jeans, you fucking lying bastards.
And they're like, yeah, it's like jeans have nothing to do with anything that you're showing. In fact, that's like most commercials where they're showing all this like touching shit. Like even like
that's
that Pepsi commercial. Even that Pepsi commercial, like it's like showed some guy and he's like swishing up his Abercrombie model hair and playing his violin. I'm like, first from the get go, that has nothing to fucking do with Pepsi. Don't even try to convince me that has anything to do with Pepsi.
Pepsi makes you smarter.
Yeah, and like that whole commercial, nothing about it had anything to do with Pepsi. I mean, you mean to tell me Pepsi had anything to do with it? Get the fuck out of here. So that's literally the business model of everything. Like literally every business model is
clickbait, bro. That's everything.
Yeah, so if you don't understand that, you're not going to go anywhere. And that's what that guy said, is what I've been saying all along. He's like, if you have that ideology of like, oh, this guy's doing whatever he can to get traffic, to get clicks, and he doesn't care about just putting out quality content, whatever like that. If you have that type of mindset, you're not going to succeed. Like you just like when you like once you, and I don't know if I've ever really cared about that kind of shit, but like once you're in the actual medium of anything, and like, you know, whether it be YouTube, TV, acting, whatever, like in the same way, it's just like, oh, like, you know how we would talk about Jay, how like, oh, make your resume sound really badass, and then once they've got you in the interview room and they need you to corroborate some of that information and you have to kind of like bullshit a little bit, at least it got you in the door. That was the main thing. So it's like then once you're in the door and you're face to face, you can more accurately
until they give you the job and they're just like, you know Excel, right? And you're just like, oh fuck yeah, sure.
But you know that never happened. They always reteach you everything anyways whenever they hire you for a job.
Yeah, usually happens.
But then like,
so you've worked a steamroller before. Yeah, absolutely. I've worked a steamroller.
Yeah,
I worked a different model though. Would you like to show me this model? I've never seen this specific one. You know, the last one that we had, it had Braille instructions on the front. I can read Braille very effectively. Oh well, we have a Braille manual you can have. oh shit.
They'd be like, see, I learned how to pilot a tractor in the UK, and the steering wheel was on the other side.
See, you know, even though there's only one seat on the whole tractor, the steering wheel was on the back, and we drove it backwards. Yeah, that's right. We drove the damn thing backwards in reverse. That's what it was.
Like even shit like that, like even shit like that, like you could show somebody how to do most things. Like it's like, and like especially in this day and age, oh, I need Excel. I'm gonna put that on my application, and I'm gonna go watch a YouTube video on how to use Excel, like an advanced stats nigga, and then I'm gonna practice for a day, and then by the time I get hired, I'll know how to use it. Like,
really, you only need to know how to open it and save projects. That's pretty much what most people require. It's like, you know how to work Excel? Yeah, I know how to save documents and shit in spreadsheets. Hell yeah, Nick. Can you do a formula? Listen, 2 + 2 is 4, and we'll figure this shit out. Okay. I don't need to learn how to do all that other shit. I'll learn it on the spot. Like, I know how to solve problems. It's just like, do you know how well do you know formulas? I know how to solve many problems. Thank you for asking. Like,
my bitch, she said that she was about to get pregnant again. I solved that problem.
So I formulated an idea how to make sure she got that abortion paid for.
I was like, you don't need to know how I did it. Just know I solved that problem.
Yeah, the shit got done, didn't it?
My friend called me. There's a dead body in his house. Let's just say I solved that problem.
Yeah, I formulated the proper equation to get that body out of there. My man, he is not going to prison. All right, that is not a form of guilt. That is just me using an example of my work.
Let's talk about how trash Super Dragon Ball Super is. Oh, well, first of all, it's not DBZ Super. I get triggered when niggas say that. So
But just by association, please don't call it Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z is so much better. Oh my god, Dragon Ball Super is so trash. The animation is disgusting. It makes me want to hurl. Android 18 got a thick booty though. I actually like it.
I'm gonna post this.
I like the last 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Super. I thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah, the last few episodes have actually been pretty decent.
I didn't see this most previous episode. I saw like clips and stuff clicking around on Crunchyroll, but that was about it. So, I liked Gohan getting bodied by his dad. You know, I thought that was dope. I thought him screaming at the top of his lungs and then getting punched in the face. That was fucking hilarious. I also think Gohan's hair should not be yellow. I agree when people say, oh yeah, he's not gonna be Super Saiyan Blue or whatever the fuck. I'm like, that's cool and everything, but as long as his hair isn't yellow, I'm cool with that. You know, I used to like Ultimate Gohan when he beat the shit out of Super Buu, and he was just like, oh yeah, nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up. He's like, ha, you wanna fight Majin Buu? He said, nigga, I'm gonna decapitate your shit and shove your head up your ass. Like, I mean, he didn't say that word for word, but you know, that's basically what he said.
I'm sure there's the French translation says.
Yeah, the French love decapitating heads and shoving up asses, man. The French love that shit. Shout out to French fries and French toast. Yeah, so
the real line Gohan said was kill you. No, I'm gonna eat your ass.
Whoa, okay.
He said the English dub was I'm gonna kill you. The Spanish dub was said I'm going to eat your ass. Like
I'm going to eat your ass. Like
oh man.
Okay.
He said those cheeks are gonna be in between my lips.
The bitch is gonna be he's gonna be in like France, and you see like some French gangsters, and you're like talking about why are they all trying to eat each other's ass? What the fuck are they talking about? Like that's when somebody who knows the phrase, who's like an American visiting, he's just like, hey, they eating ass over there. Oh hell no, we gonna get the hell out of here. That's like like a level 5 terrorist attack. Oh fuck that shit. They eating ass. They lining up to eat ass. Oh no. We got to get the hell out of here, girl. What's like some guy? He's like he gets attacked in an alley or some shit. The guy pins him down. He's like, "Give me your wallet, or I'm gonna eat your ass." Oh shit! You know what? That's all you gonna do. I'm not supposed to eat my ass. Like,
hold on. All I gotta give you is my wallet. Shit, I can't even get my wife to do that. Shit. The hell? I had to give this bitch a house, a car, several car payments. Like
you can take my wallet and still eat my ass.
Absolutely, sir. This is a great investment. Please be getting devoured my butthole. Absolutely.
Dive in, sir. Dive in.
There's a Chick-fil-A right down the street. You want to go get some barbecue sauce? We can make it a good time.
You want to get
oh my god. It's like, listen, I got a sport from the restaurant I was at.
We gonna scoop ourselves a good time. Just have us a nice big bowl of ass.
If like it's like, see, it's a spork. So if it's for the chunks, we got the pointy end.
All right, now this is getting a little bit too much.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is perfect.
I draw the line at the spork.
I draw the line at the chunks.
Yeah,
we going too far.
The
now.
chunks,
Damn.
the part. Right. It's like, oh, what flavor is this? This is not the regular chocolate chip. What is this? Everlasting Gobstopper? What is this? Rocky Road? Hold on. Oh man, this is Baby Ruth. Oh damn.
Man, he over here taking free samples, looking at
This is Snickers peanut butter flavor. Oh my god.
Man, you make it sound like those like sour like green apple flavored Doritos and shit. Like, why you gotta take these flavors and put it where they don't belong? Like,
it's like, damn man, yo, I just had me some ass the other day. It's like, oh man, which flavor did you have? Oh, you know that Reese's Puffs, bro. That cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, nigga. I need that shit.
that cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
You already know I love me some of that shit.
Or it's like how Wrench will be saying how Symmetra got that curry rice pussy, but I had that curry rice booty today.
Oh man, yo, that sounds spicy. Ugh. That does not sound appealing at all.
That like might be a legit thing. Your diet change depending on what you eat. I'm sure somebody got some spicy ass. Like I bet that's the thing. Like you come out your tongue burning. Ah shit.
Please tell me that's
doo-doo. Like
somebody. Please tell me that's never happened.
That's a real thing. I know that's a real thing.
You scared me.
He comes out like it's like his boot, like the boo boy in his mouth.
Girl, why your ass tastes like hot Cheetos and Takis? What the fuck? What is this? Ugh. Hold on, bitch. Let me go in the living room. Let me go in the kitchen and get me a lime. Hold on. We about to feast a bit. You got guacamole in the fridge, bitch. Oh look, we got some leftover tortilla chips. Oh shit. We about to make this a fiesta.
Don't be double dipping now. Like we try not to spread no germs or anything.
Hold up, bitch. What you doing back there? That's not a buffet. Slow down. Damn, save some for other people. Shit. Seconds is gonna come later. You gotta wait till we've fed everybody at the table, not just you, fat ass. Nasty bitch.
The bottom line, in the French translation, Dragon Ball Super, Gohan eats ass. So.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to this tournament a little bit. I don't know if that's.
I know, man. I didn't realize they were eating so much ass. Now I'm looking forward to it. Like.
Yeah, like.
Oh my god.
I am a little concerned at the fact that with this like Frieza spoiler thing that people were leaking last week or whatever. I'm a little interested in that. I really hope it's not Frieza. I hope they decide to change it last minute and just find some other fighters.
If Frieza ends up not being part of the team after everybody's already like expert games, now that we've confirmed that Frieza's a member, I'm gonna make like a 10-minute video of me just laughing at the camera. Like I'll snort cocaine to get myself the energy if I have to, but I'm gonna just laugh.
What?
Laugh. I'm gonna have a drink, just laughing, spitting at my camera. It'll be a
having a big booty white bitch twerk on you.
I've been bringing Jay on Discord. He'll be I'll have a bitch twerking on me, laughing at the same time.
Just like, bitch, did you hear what they were saying about Dragon Ball Super? She's like, yeah, they're a bunch of idiots, right? Like, yeah, bitch, keep twerking. Like,
listen. I'll even if I'm desperate and it's time sensitive, I'll get an ugly bitch if I have to. I'll go on Sunset Boulevard and be like, who wants to twerk on my ass for a Dragon Ball Super review? Oh yeah. So
it's like, oh my god, Heavenly Controller.
Oh my god, how many subs do you have? Oh my god,
75,000. Oh my god.
My pants are down. Oh shit.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh my god. I'm laughing and cringing.
You know what? I'm gonna keep saying this because it keeps bothering me the more I watch Dragon Ball Super. It's like there really aren't any other strong people in the galaxy, are there? Like this doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I like those like other anime like think of like, since I've been watching, a perfect example, like in Yu Yu Hakusho, how every character has some level of relevance.
Oh,
And
here we go. Here we go.
They don't ever really lose their like, cause like a lot of these other long-running anime, they have this tendency to make characters kind of relevant and then they kind of lose their relevance later on. I think Bleach did a good job of doing this too, where you'd have someone like Chad, he's like, I've been useless, so El Diablo Directo, and then he's a badass again, and then he goes and he fights.
Yeah.
But like,
Plus, there's a lot of world building in like other animes and stuff like that. Like in a scenario like this, where it's like we have to get. Hold on, I just got a new subscriber, and I don't know who it was, because I have like the alerts or whatever. What was I saying? Oh, the fact that there are so many fucking races in Dragon Ball, like the fact that Captain Ginyu has his own race, Birder, Jace, the entire Ginyu Force, like there's like tons of fucking like universes that not just universes, but like galaxies that exist in this universe and different quadrants and different fighters. There's no way that like, oh yeah, we're just gonna default to Frieza. Like, the fact that this anime was like bold enough to create an entire galaxy, an entire universe where other Saiyans exist, like, that's dope. I think that's a cool concept. Clearly that means in other universes there might be other people that exist. The fact that Frieza has an entire race in a different universe that exists, whatever the fuck race Hit is, like whatever purple dickheaded like race that is, they need to go find a blue version of that. Like he looks exactly like Hit, but he's blue. Like like the penis head race people. Like
Jay, you have to understand they gave him like 24 hours to do that shit. So like if they don't know where to look, that's kind of hard.
Look, go up the chain of command. There's King Kai. There's Supreme Kai, there's the God of Destruction, there's like King Yanma, like there's an entire like galaxy.
Here's my thing though. No, shut up. Here's my thing. I don't think that they need to go and find some other race. I think that like what irritates me isn't the team, but like how weak the team is. Like someone like Tien, he's still fodder. I feel like, you know, me being a human, I'm personally offended. Me being a human, I'm personally offended that humans are so shit in this fucking series. I feel like the humans should have the potential to be just as strong as Namekians and Saiyans. Like, I feel like they should.
I don't know about that last one that you just said. I don't know about that.
Nah, fuck that. Because Saiyans, they make Saiyans so overpowered that there's no reason for anyone else to do shit because they're all like fodder in comparison.
Godly Power in the chat said he's pissed because there's no black Saiyans yet. He's like, how we gonna have a female Saiyan first, but not a black one? That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Matter of fact, fuck this
like
anime.
Giving women rights before ending slavery.
That's right. That's fucking ridiculous. You can't be doing that shit.
Exactly what it is.
Fuck wrong with society. This shit is terrible. God damn.
Black Saiyan. They fuck it up. Remember the last time they showed a black guy? He had those big nigga lips. I don't want one of those.
I'm Super Saiyan, nigga.
All you guys do is imagine.
I'm Super Saiyan, nigga.
Like a bodybuilder or something like that. That's gonna make you mad.
But nah, but like, one of my favorite things in Dragon Ball Z was that one moment where, what's his face? Where Piccolo was the strongest character in the entire series. Like it was before Goku and Vegeta won the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and he fused with Kami.
And he was just like, man, I could kill Cell right fucking now, and it was like, well, you go do that, nigga.
And I remember Vegeta was like, the fuck? He's like I remember everyone's like, oh, there's two power levels fighting. No one believed it was Piccolo because there's no way he could be that strong. And they're like, there's two power levels. One is Cell's. I don't know who this other strong person was. And they shut up. Vegeta's like, Nani? Like what?
I love how they depicted it in Dragon Ball Abridged, where Vegeta shows up and he goes, you Namekian, too strong. Explain now. Like
he feels like Kami. The fuck's a Kami?
What the fuck is a Kami? It's basically God, but I'm right here. Like
yeah. So that's why I feel like I was excited when they were showing like Tien was coming back. Like, the fact that they were forming this team and they were bringing back like people like Tien and Master Roshi, I'm like, oh, they're gonna make these guys relevant again. So maybe they're gonna undergo some training, or they've been undergoing some training that's gonna make them really strong. And I guess they've kind of
I just want their fights to be dope. Like I understand that they are not the strongest people on the team. Okay, maybe their opponents aren't the strongest people on their team either. At least please do not make their fight like fodder. I just want to see like a dope fight. Like please don't give Goku and Vegeta and Gohan and Piccolo the best fucking fights in the entire tournament. It's like I already know that's gonna happen, but at least let my boy Tien like get in there and like whoop some nigga's ass so bad that it makes the other team go, holy shit, this guy with 3 eyes, let's not fuck with him. Like I don't want some bullshit, man.
Not only do the fights have to be dope, but like they have to be like, then Dragon Ball Z hasn't done this in a long time. that they have to be creative. Like I feel like all the abilities now, like I remember when Trunks defeated Zamasu, it was like it was bullshit how he defeated him.
That was Deus Ex Machina shit right there, bro.
That was super Deus Ex Machina if there ever was one. He literally just pulled power up out of his ass. Like I want to see because when you think of like Super Saiyan and Kaioken and like even like the Tri-Beam and the like that was really dope when Tien used that against Cell. Like they haven't really came up. I would say the last ability that they kind of came up with that wasn't really that creative, but I was just impressed that they even came up with the new ability. Was that ability that they were trying to use to seal Zamasu that Master Roshi taught. And that also irritates me that Goku's been training with Master Roshi for so many years, and Master Roshi's like, even in like the most recent episodes, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna teach you some new abilities." I'm like, how have you not taught him everything you know?
Because he doesn't need to. Goku basically got to a point where he was just like, okay, Master Roshi can't train me anymore, and he hasn't seen him for 20 years. Like,
nah, fuck that. He needs to teach him everything just in case, so that if there's ever a circumstance where he needs to, it's not like, oh, let me teach you this now. Like, in fact, that also irritates me that there's like they'll go 10 years. Well, actually, that hasn't really happened in Dragon Ball Z since like Dragon Ball Super literally takes place after the Buu Saga. But I know that GT had this where I was just like, you guys have had years of peace, and you mean to tell me that you wait till now to? Well, actually, that's still kind of the case. Well, I guess okay, yeah, it's not the case because like that was one of my arguments with Gohan was that like, why is Gohan so much weaker now? I mean, how is he able to? How is he?
He's so significantly weaker, and Majin Buu just ended. Like he lost a lot of power. Like,
well, that just means that just makes it more convincing that he's able to get all of his power back in like a day. Like his power wasn't gone. He just kind of was.
Yeah, just, like, I noticed that because they had like what 46 hours before the or 46, 48 hours before the tournament starts again, and then like in one day Gohan went from shit to like the shit. Like, oh my god, it's just so weird. Like how maybe he wasn't that weak. Like maybe we need to give Gohan a little bit more credit.
So for the complaints that like, wow, how was he able to get so much stronger so fast? I'll just say that like he never was like he never was that much weaker. He was just kind of out of practice. He was just out of shape. He hadn't like fought in a while, but then once he did, then he was good again. So like it was one of those things to where, oh man, Jessica Nigri's face was all up on the screen. It was it was one of those things to where like let's say you haven't been to the gym in like 3 or 4 months and you can't lift what you did, but after going to the gym and loosening those muscles a little bit, then suddenly you can lift the weight that you were able to lift before. Like I think it's kind of like that for Gohan. I think it's like I don't think he like it's like those muscles that he worked out aren't gone. They just need to get loosened up, so to speak, a little bit, I guess. And that's basically what it was that he was doing with Piccolo. But you got scared by the Jessica Nigri face? Well, there you go. But so that's why I think it is. Like, because yeah, I keep forgetting. I have to keep reminding myself this isn't GT. Like, Dragon Ball Super literally takes place like a couple months after the Buu Saga, so it's not that big of a jump or anything.
I still think Gotenks would have been a better option.
I do too. I really do. But
if anything, I think what would be cool is if considering like if they really didn't think that Goten and Trunks wouldn't be like viable at all, now that they know the Patara earrings only last like 30 minutes or whatever, they should just permanently fuse Goten and Trunks for a while just for the tournament. Like then they would at least be a lot like way more viable than, I don't know, maybe Android 17. I also get
pissed off when they learn an ability and don't spam it. Like if the Patara earrings and as far as I've been told, there are no rules in the Tournament of Power, so they should be able to Patara fuse. And yeah, everyone should Patara fuse. They should bring Goten and Trunks, have them Patara fuse. Add some new characters to the canon.
Oh man, that'd be dope.
They can
Trunk 10.
Yeah, I'd be like.
Maybe we'll call him Trunk 10. Yeah, Trunk 10's gonna be lit. He's the Patara fusion. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Which, man. Once again, actually, it's a win-win for me because so, and I talked about this before. The whole reason by not bringing Goten and Trunks is that they are dumb kids that they wouldn't cooperate with the team effectively. So it makes no fucking sense that in his mind, getting Frieza would make more sense. So if Frieza ends up being a part of the full team, that's fucking dumb. And then if Frieza's not part of the team, then I'm just gonna laugh at everybody who thought he's gonna be part of the team. So it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Yeah, I was gonna say like niggas look stupid. The show looks stupid. Like
yeah, either niggas look stupid or well, what you just said.
Yeah,
the show looks stupid or the fans look stupid.
What's so interesting is like the tournament is supposed to be like a big battle royale and like they have to rely on teammates and stuff like that. Okay, I get it. But if you have Goten and Trunks fuse into Gotenks, or in this case, Potara fuse into Trunk 10. Let's call him that. Let's coin that phrase now, so that way we can say, oh man, Jay was onto something.
I mean, that name's been out in the world for a while. So
shut the fuck up! I'm saying it officially. God damn! I added the word official. I added the word officially, which means I'm the first to officially say it. Duh.
That's not how it works.
That is how it works. Watch me trademark it, bitch. Anyway, so what's so interesting is they thought that Goten and Trunks fusing to fight Majin Buu was a good idea.
I should trademark the word thick.
You should, with 2 C's. So them apparently fusing to fight Majin Buu as children, and they're not experienced, that's a better idea than to let them fight in the Tournament of Power. Interesting. But Master Roshi's okay. Okay, yeah, that totally makes, yeah, and so is Tien's okay. Yep.
Master is going to be in the middle of a fight, and then Khalifa is going to fall, and he's going to see her ass, and then he's going to start bleeding out the nose, and then he's going to be transformed. He's going to start to grab her titties and shit. Fuck it up. I mean, I would low key be Master Roshi in this circumstance, so I can't really like say shit. But like, I mean, listen, I'm not participating. So.
And Master Roshi didn't put up a fight about it either. He was just like, hell yeah, I'm gonna fight again.
Against the rules when they don't even know about fusion. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
it's actually funny that you say that because this episode also like touches on Master Roshi trying to train to overcome that. So
why? That nigga needs to die already. He needs to be dead. That nigga's like 100 and some odd years old. Like
that's why I'm saying that Master Roshi's probably gonna have like a very interesting fight in the tournament because with all the girls that's going to be in the friggin' Tournament of Power, he'll have to really overcome it, or else he's going to get his ass kicked.
I feel like people underestimate Master Roshi's ability to put his perversion aside. It's like Jiraiya. It's just like, yeah, Jiraiya can fight a woman, no fucking problem. But it's just like if he sees her tits, he's like, cool, but you're still gonna catch his ass whooping, bitch. Like I think he can set that shit aside. Like.
That's why, like, I love when people compare me to someone like Jiraiya, who, like, Jiraiya is, like, never taken seriously. He seems like he's just about booty all the time, but then when push comes to shove, it's like, oh, you've been a savage this whole time? You just were never in a situation you had to use it? Like, remember when Itachi, he, like, in Genjutsu some girl to distract Jiraiya so that he could kidnap Naruto? And like Jiraiya was like, you know, he basically was like, well, she's under Genjutsu, so I might as well have her suck my dick. But then I know she's under Genjutsu, so after she sucks my dick, I'm gonna release the Genjutsu.
He had to handle the important business first. He had to make it seem like, oh yeah, Itachi, I'm falling for your trick. About to get my dick sucked. Then actually got his dick sucked. He's like, all right, now time to body an Uchiha. Like that. It was just go time instantaneoly. Like he knew what the fuck was up.
He's like the kind of people like you know how like this happens in shows sometimes that I've seen. Or like some guy, some girl seducing him, and like some guys, or like I remember there was like this one, and I think it was like Sneaky Pete or something like that, where like he was like Sneaky Pete he's a scam artist, and some girl seducing him to, and that she was gonna have her partner jump in and then be like, I'm her boyfriend, and then like give me your shit or get all mad and scare him away or whatever. And like, but he knew what they were gonna do. He knew they were running a con because he's a con man or whatever. But he's like, but I'm still gonna bring her to bed and I'm still gonna have fun. And then when she tries to pull the scams, and I know it's coming, then I'll be like, nope. Or like in some of these movies where like some guys like, all right, this chick's gonna ride my dick and then try to stab me afterwards. I'm gonna let her ride my dick and then I'm gonna catch the knife. Like, haha, I still got my shit though. Like
then I'm gonna smack her in the forehead. Like, bitch, what the fuck you thinking? Like
that's me. That's Jiraiya. That's what we do. It's just like, you know, Jiraiya like. When we finally, it's like yeah, it's like he kind of pretends like he's like, you know, all mysticized and shit, but then like he still, when it comes down to putting out business, like even when he was training Naruto's like, oh man, he was never training me, but really he kind of was training him in a way. Like I feel like it's one of those things like I feel like the person who originated this type of concept that I've seen, and the first time I've seen it, I'm sure someone else came up with this first, was like Mr. Miyagi in like Karate Kid. How it's like this guy just thinks he's just painting fences and shit and doing all this useless stuff, but really he was actually teaching him things, and he just didn't realize it. Instead of just like this very direct training, like the kind of thing of like there's training in your daily life and stuff. And so like I feel like that's kind of what Jiraiya did with Naruto, is that like, and I think I respect how like I do think it pays off in the long run. And this is one of those, also this is the reason why I'm not really liking Boruto, in the sense that, so one thing that they did in the original Naruto a lot was that they wouldn't just straight up teach people, because they felt that they needed to learn things on their own. I mean, some people did that and some people didn't. I feel like that's how Jiraiya would do things. so that they wouldn't just be carbon copies of them or whatever. They would kind of like, they would give them the tools to learn the jutsu, and then they would set off their own. Like Jiraiya could have just taught Naruto how to make the Rasengan on his own, but Naruto learned it on his own, and Naruto ended up learning it faster in a more efficient way. And I think that's what made him kind of better at the Rasengan than everybody else. But then you have some people like Sakura. She's literally just a copy and paste of Tsunade. Like,
Pretty
what does she
much.
have that's different? Fucking nothing. Or even with Sasuke, Kakashi kind of just taught him to use the Chidori the way he used it. But then when he Sasuke kind of did it himself. He left.
It's the same situation. It's the same situation with Jiraiya, where it's just like he left you to your own devices to learn this technique,
Well,
and
yeah,
then once he
Wari
did
said
that,
that
once he did that, he kind of manipulated it the way he wanted it to make it. So he's just like 9 different versions of fucking Chidori, 9 different versions of Rasengan, like.
Or
It's the
even
same thing.
remember when he wanted Naruto to summon the toad, and then see, this is exactly why I know we're going back to this, but I get so pissed when people are like, "Oh, Boruto is just starting; it'll get better." But then when you think of some of the moments in Naruto, like, okay, now granted, this was further into the series than Boruto is now, so I will. Give
I don't
it that
know.
benefit of the doubt.
Naruto,
But,
what episode was Zabuza? Like episode 12? So we'll give it 12 episodes.
It might have been earlier, but okay, but like the thing is that Naruto, like people will come, like people will try, like I understand some of my complaints, like, oh, the animation or whatever, or but like even that's not really that big of a deal. I'm just talking about just the plot and just the pacing and just keeping me captivated. Like I was just thinking back to like how badass of a moment it was when Jiraiya threw Naruto off that cliff. And he's just like, oh, he's gonna panic and tap into
summon a toad or die, bitch.
The Nine Tails won't let him die, so he's gonna summon a toad. And then he summons the freaking grand like chief toad, and then Jiraiya's like, the fuck? I didn't think he's gonna do that.
And he's like, whoa, hold on, how did you do that?
Yeah, like to summon the biggest toad of all, like that was an epic moment. So I'm actually gonna hold on. Let me even make a comparison. So Boruto
I feel like Boruto could
9.
have those moments though, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. But I feel like the only way Boruto would have moments like that are usually when like you're at, holy shit, 7 episodes into Naruto. That's when Zabuza showed up. Okay, I was looking that up.
Hold on,
So
I'm gonna go find Naruto and Kiss anime. I'm gonna compare it. I'm not going to. So to be completely fair, I'm not gonna compare.
it's on
Naruto.
Crunchyroll. The first episode where Zabuza shows up is
Oh, that actually probably would
episode
be better.
6. A dangerous mission. That's when Zabuza first shows up. So
But that's when Zabuza just shows up. Hold on,
yeah,
crazy.
6
but-
episodes in, and you already have one of the strongest ninja in the entire fucking show.
The
Like,
first episode Zabuza shows up wasn't like that badass of an episode. It was like later on into that kind of arc.
but still,
hold on.
it's like it
I'm
took
gonna
6 episodes to like build it up, though. Like by the
Okay,
time
so
it reached its peak
I'm
was
gonna play
probably
devil's
like
advocate and only judge Naruto based off of the first 9 episodes, roughly, since that's kind of where Boruto is. Now, I can definitely say that the first episode of Naruto was undisputedly better than Boruto's first episode because we had so many things. Naruto steals this forbidden scroll. He summons like 10,000 clones. He beats that ass to a Jonin of all people.
Oh yeah,
He,
he whips that Mitsuki ass, bro. Wait, was that his name? His name was
Yeah, I think that was.
yeah, I think his name was Mitsuki. Yeah.
Isn't that new like rubber nigga like
Or was it-
the One Piece nigga? His name is Mitsuki too.
I
Mitsuki.
don't remember. His name.
Mizuki, that's his name. Okay, there's the difference between Mitsuki and Mizuki.
They all sound so fucking
yeah,
similar.
they're exactly the same person. So I'm gonna go with episode 9, Kakashi of the Sharingan. That's when he was fighting Zabuza. That's when shit was lit. Like that's when it like hit like their first fight, and then they do the training montage for 3 episodes, and then they fight Zabuza
Oh yeah,
again.
and episodes 4 and 5 was the bell training, the iconic bell training.
Bro,
4 and 5.
I'm sorry.
bell, dog.
I'm sorry. Boruto is shit. Boruto is fucking trash, bro.
And then episode 6 and 7, okay, was Zabuza, and they were fighting him.
Road to 1
The
million
Oath of
subs?
Pain.
Not anytime soon, no.
Oh yeah, in episode 8, the Oath of Pain, that was when Naruto and Sasuke, and I think episode 9 was when episode 9 was that great moment where he did the whole Demon Wind Shuriken. Naruto was a Shadow clone, throws the I'm like smiling.
And then he like, yeah, I remember, yeah, he like,
that
he like
moment,
turns into it, and he's just like throws the shuriken at him. He's like, bitch, nigga, what? Like,
First when the soundtrack hit, the most lit soundtrack, like, I can even say that. Naruto.
I can remember running with my arms behind my back.
I can still say though that Naruto, the original Naruto soundtrack is way better than Shippuden's soundtrack. But yeah, so that music, and then he comes out of the kunai, spinning and like a
and then the flute kicks in, and it's
yeah, and then he's like, it does it even 3 times to show you like the little noise, little poo, and he comes out of smoke. And he's like, oh, the kunai, and then he throws it like, yeah, bitch, and then he throws it. And then like, I love because like it was like kind of like that like the way that they presented that. There was so much like skill that went into that. And okay, I will also say that Boruto can't live up to Naruto because Boruto was the original manga written by Kishimoto that made this series so popular in the first place. So for some random people to recreate that kind of stuff, that's really not, that's kind of asking too much. But to just at least get close though, or just like I don't know what I expect them to do, but like there's so much writing that for you to draw from. I feel like put me in charge of writing Boruto, I'll come up with some dope stories. And first of all, like I said,
I'd be thinking like the most badass moments that are gonna happen in Boruto are when Naruto shows up to save his fucking brat son. The best
part about that scene with Zabuza though was the fact that like he threw the Demon Shuriken at him and he jumped over it, and then you're like, oh, their plan didn't fucking work. And like you did not expect Naruto to come out of the Demon Shuriken. Like,
not at all, bro.
So it didn't require dope animation or a budget to do that. It just required really good storytelling and creativity. Now, like I said, that was from the manga, whatever. But
it doesn't matter. So manga, anime, it doesn't matter. The Boruto manga is still shit. So there's only so much you can do. So I'm thinking like the best moments in Boruto are gonna be when Boruto can't fight somebody and Naruto just shows up and he's just like, God damn it, like I have to save my son again.
This is where I'll draw the line. Now I haven't been watching Boruto, but on episode 17, White Pass, Hidden Ambition, and the Broken Seal, those were savage as fuck because that's when Sasuke quote unquote died and Naruto unlocks the Nine Tails.
Oh man, where he like crosses his hands. He like crosses his hands and you see the fucking marks on his cheek, like they just get thicker and then he starts growing claws out of nowhere and it's just like, what the fuck? And
Haku, they made a Haku in previous episodes. He's such a badass, like he's beyond Jonin level. He was stronger than Zabuza, and he had his his ice walls and like, oh, he's such a savage. And then Naruto goes in the Nine Tails and just wrecks him like no competition.
He's like, fuck you thought, bro.
He freaking dragged his ass to the mud, and like I love that part. Like my sister, we actually laugh. We would replay it over and over again. The part where Naruto punches Haku in the face and just blows his mask off, and he just starts ragdolling on the ground, like moments like that. I'll give if by episode 17, Boruto, like I don't expect it to live up to the Naruto freeing Kakashi or Naruto unlocking the Nine Tails for the first time. But if they have nothing that I'm like, oh, that was pretty dope. By episode 17, anime's trash. It may come.
There's no reason to give an anime 17 episodes, yet we're doing it for Boruto anyway.
No.
Like,
yeah. So but if it doesn't get anything badass by then, because that's how long it took for Naruto. Well, that's not how long it took for Naruto, but like by episode 17, Naruto had a lot of dope shit. Like
I feel like just looking at this like stack of the first 26 episodes, the first season of Naruto, the first episode was hyped. The second episode built up the third, built up the fourth. Then the fourth episode was like the ninja training or whatever, the bells. That was even more hyped than episode one. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 were all more hyped than the previous one. It just built up. It was like a roller coaster. It just kept going.
This is why I'm saying you don't even have to like future project, or you can future project. You don't even have to talk about like what is it about like oh, this is how long it'll take Boruto to get good. Just think of the episodes in and of itself. When you look at every Naruto episode, every episode is essential to the plot. Like I'm sure you could probably sneak one of them out, but every episode is like this is important. Like this is a key component. Especially in Naruto Shippuden, kind of steered away from this, but like especially in the original Naruto, like as soon as the Zabuza, like literally right after the Zabuza fight ends, they jump straight into the Chunin exams. Like the next episode, there was no filler bullshit between. But when you watch like on Boruto, it's like Boruto just feels like that's why in the same way that I'm still going through and watching them. I still haven't finished them. The last season of Naruto Shippuden is in the Naruto the last arcs, like where they're all older. Mm-hmm. You would think that sounds dope. That might be really interesting. They're boring because there's no plot. It's just filler bullshit arcs. Like they're all isolated and are uninteresting. There are moments.
Now,
cool.
You
can't just take characters and make something interesting.
To play White Devil's Advocate, and I say that for a reason. let's say obviously part 1 of Naruto, fucking amazing, dope, almost all the way through until like Even the Sasuke retrieval arc was dope. Like, a lot of part 1 of Naruto. Yeah, that shit was lit. Like, it dragged on a little bit long because it's just like, I don't know if my favorite characters are dead. I just remember like every week of Toonami, and I'm just like, I need to find out, did Neji die? Is Choji still alive? Did Kiba really beat this guy? Like, it was so fucking like so much anxiety to like watch those episodes. You wanted to watch them. Boruto hasn't felt like that at all. So by me playing
that's like really far into the anime. But that arc is an example of characters that like you thought, oh, by now they'd be used.
That's taking Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin and making them badass. That's what they did. They took those fodder characters that you didn't even give a second thought, like Choji, and was just like gave them mad character development.
You've never seen Choji. For Choji to defeat a member of the Sound Four, like, oh my god, so you're giving me through this nostalgia trip of like Choji freaking going butterfly.
I'm rubbing my nipples, fam. Like, I'm just sitting here like, damn, like part 1 was lit. Like,
so think about when during the tuning exams, like the final parts of the tuning exam, when they freaking started that all-out war, you were like, "What?"
When Orochimaru was just like, "Oh, by the way, I'm the Kazekage, and time to body the 3rd Hokage." Like, what the fuck? Okay, this shit is happening. Like, so for me, I'm gonna play white devil's advocate for a second here, because let's say we don't compare it to part 1. Let's compare it to Shippuden, because Shippuden had a really slow start. By episode 7, I would say by episode 7, not even episode 7, because episode 4 was the Jinchuriki part where Gaara actually had the Jinchuriki extracted from him. Even then, that was kind of lit compared to like Boruto. It's like over the top. And then like even going from there, it just gets better and better with the body doubles with Kisame and Itachi. And then showing Naruto's new version of the like his fucking 9-tail like awakening, and then he goes 4 tails, and then they have the sorcery fight. Like, a lot of that shit is just lit. Like, although that is 20 episodes in, so I'm not going to necessarily say like, oh, we're gonna give Boruto 20 episodes, but I would say by episode 11, episode 12, Naruto Shippuden had set a very good like future projection of where the show was going. Like, it was just getting better and better, and Boruto shows no sign of that at all. It's just a bunch of filler kiddie adventures.
Like, difference. I didn't expect like, I'm not mad at Boruto the anime. I'm more mad at the fans, because I didn't expect Boruto to be that good, like at least from the beginning. It's that people are trying to damage control and tell me to give it a chance, when it's like, no, I don't need to give it a 20 episode chance. But like, it doesn't even seem like it's even setting up anything that I'm interested in. The only thing they've been teasing is like this weird spirit dick devil that's taking over everybody and they're all fighting back. But that's not really that interesting. Once we find out what that is, I'm not gonna care. Like, I'm just not caring about this plot. It just feels like an episodic kind of like filler bullshit villain. Like, there's nothing that indicates it to be that, like, it just seems random. Like, it doesn't seem premeditated. It doesn't seem like there's this really like crazy plot brewing. And like, if they're trying to go over this whole thing about, oh, Boruto's now trying to be super serious, it's supposed to be more of like, you know, kids having fun and shit, that's great. That sounds boring as fuck. But if that's what you want to do, and that's what the anime you're gonna be, that's fine. But don't try to tell me, oh, give it time. The way we see Boruto now, this is how this anime is going to be. It's not gonna get better.
It's just gonna be more of the same.
It's gonna be subpar. It's just always gonna be. It's never. I'm not saying it's a bad anime, but like, you have a certain like expectation for something that's a sequel to Naruto. But it's just like any other simulcast anime. You know, watch 12 episodes, then move on to the next one. It's forgettable. Like, it's not really, especially, and if anything, you shouldn't have to wait. At least in the first few episodes, that's like a pilot for a TV show. You need to capture the attention of your fans.
I don't know why anime feel the need that they can do that. Like, regular TV shows don't do that. Why does anime think like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it, you know, even though we only have 12 episodes for our, you know, simulcast season, we're gonna wait 6 episodes before it starts really getting good. Like, what?
Well, actually, most anime don't do that. I think the reason Boruto is doing that is that, and they're kind of trying
but
to,
a lot of anime do it though. Like, a lot of anime.
Boruto is trying, well, most, not really. Most anime that do that are long-running anime, and usually like they're already deep in. Like, new long-running anime don't start. And here's the sad part about it, Jay, is that they think that they can get away with Boruto having a slow start and being a long-running anime that isn't really interesting at the beginning, because Naruto was able to do that. And the sad part is that they're probably right. It probably will work. And because, you know, fanboys,
just like Dragon Ball Super,
people are defending it now and
Oh
saying
my
like,
god,
yeah,
please don't say
so
that, because freaking if Boruto becomes the next Dragon Ball Super, I'm gonna cry.
Boruto's already the next Dragon Ball Super, so there's no reason
Boruto
to say,
is
oh, don't
Dragon Ball
jinx it,
Super. Yeah.
like so yeah, but
It's just
I mean,
piggybacking off of its predecessor because its predecessor was so good. Like,
if Boruto gets interesting 50 episodes later, I will arrive and I will be happy to watch that and I'll enjoy that. But until that happens, but like people are asking me why I stopped live reacting to Boruto, and I already made a video explaining it, but it's because
Bless
it's
you.
boring. I don't
Bless
fucking
you.
care. I was like even this last episode 7, I didn't even watch it. It was like Cho or something. I just like did that whole thing where you click on it and I just like, forward 10 seconds. Oh, that was interesting. Keep forwarding until something, oh, that was interesting. And then just keep doing that. And I watched the whole episode in like 3 minutes. I just kind of skimmed through it. So
that's how I watch my
That's
episodes
how
of Dragon Ball Super when there's no fights.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to watch Boruto until, because like some anime, I will say there's some anime where like there are some slower moments where I feel the need to keep like watching it. Because like even if it's not interesting, because I'm like, well, maybe this information will become relevant later. But with Boruto, like having watched 7 episodes, that's not the case. I don't need to watch any of the shit. It's not gonna be important later. It's not information that is useful. It's just filling in it's just fodder to fill up the time to fill the timetable required for being a full episode. But yeah, they're just milking the stuff. If 7 episodes in and we don't know who the villain is yet, then that's not a thing. Like you shouldn't.
There is no
like,
villain. It's just happy, super fun times. That's it. I don't.
Now,
I don't think it's gonna do anything.
When you're talking about like pacing wise, when you're talking about like the slower moments, are you like, do you mean like in like Bleach when Kisuke's just like in his like shop, just like talking, like explaining what things are going on, and you're just like, okay, you gotta listen to this because this might.
No, you can't even ask me about Bleach because I haven't watched that in so long. I don't even remember.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like. And like, let's say I'm watching, let's say like JoJo's or something, and they're just walking around and they're drinking tea and shit or whatever. But and JoJo's is one of those shows where like everything that they do is relevant to something. Like they're probably going here because they're going to hint at who the next stand user is. So you got to pay attention to this scene because it's going to tell you what's going to happen. Like there's a scene like I'm on Stardust Crusaders episode 30 something whatever, and this guy, he went to use the bathroom. And like the middle of the desert, he saw an outlet in a rock or some shit. He's like, why the fuck is there an outlet in the middle of nowhere? And then he touches it and it electrocutes him or something. He's like, what the fuck? And then the other guy comes up. He's like, Joestar, the fuck are you doing? We gotta go. He's like, all right, we leave. And so the average person that's like, oh, that scene was useless. Let me skip this shit. They're just taking a shit, going to the bathroom, whatever. But then you find out that him touching that outlet was the stand users. That was their stand, and it made him a magnet. And all these fucking knives and shit and nails are flying at him wherever he goes and stuff like that. And like if you didn't watch that scene, you'd be confused. You'd be like, why the fuck is all this metal attacking him? So that's an example of that. But with Boruto, I can skip. Like not even like skimming through. I can skip 10 minutes. I can skip a whole episode of Boruto, go to the next episode, and there's not going to be any information that I skipped that I needed to watch that to know what was going on. Like even this like villain, I get it. They take over people's bodies. I've seen that happen for 6+ episodes now. So seeing it 4 more times isn't going to give me any new information. It's just reiterating the information that I've already been introduced to. So it's in a nutshell. Boruto is shit. I'm not even saying Dragon Ball Super is shit anymore, but Boruto is shit. Dragon Ball Super passed on their shit stain to Boruto. Boruto has it. Like, well, actually, that's not even. I don't even feel like that's accurate either.
It's fucking
because,
disgusting.
Boruto is like, okay, so like people a lot of times like the way when I say something is shit, it's not shit. Let me like kind of like because some people they misinterpret when I say these.
¿Qué pasó?
Boruto isn't shit. It's just not good. Which means it's shit. But that doesn't mean I just call everything shit. Like it's just like, oh man, you got second place, you're shit. Like it's like you got second place though. That should be like, that's not last. Like and then it's like, yeah, but
it's still shit though, right?
Yeah, so yeah, it's like
Oh
it's not
shit, when did Tony get here?
A while
So
ago.
that's how I
Tony's been here for a minute.
I don't believe you.
You should.
Yeah, so Boruto isn't bad, but it's not good. So it's shit.
I'm not
That
down.
makes any
I'm not
sense.
down. I'm not down with the Boruto. I'm sorry. I'm down. I can only watch one set of anime at a time, and I managed to make it through Food Wars because I enjoyed it. I'm watching Attack on Titan. Don't overload me with anime.
Here's
No.
the thing. There's too much I mean, say you're a fan, that's fine, but there's too much dope stuff to watch to waste my time with average shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
there's
man,
so
now I
many
can go back to
anime
watching
and
Gurren
TV
Lagann.
shows. Yeah, there's literally like years worth of amazing, like high quality, just legendary anime out there. And you expect me to watch Boruto in place of that? Like, if you really put that into perspective, like, Heavenly, why aren't you watching Boruto when it's just like, when there's stuff like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Cowboy Bebop and Yu Yu Hakusho, when like stuff like that is out there, like obviously I'm rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho, but obviously I've most of the greatest anime I've seen already, but there's still a lot more that I'm trying to catch up on. And so the fact that there's time out there that I can be using to watch these great
Wait till you get to the Dark Tournament. I'm gonna rewatch it with you.
Yeah, and you expect me to waste that precious time that I could be watching amazing shit on just like average stuff? That's why I say if it's not amazing, it's shit, because I only have enough, like my time is precious. I only have enough time for the great shit. So if it's not amazing, then it's garbage and it's a waste of my time. Like I have no time for second place content. I just don't. So that's why, like, even with my YouTube channel, I try to make it the greatest, as good as I can make it, because like I don't want to watch
if you're not making vlogs on like some Casey Neistat, David Dobrik like level status, I'm sorry, I don't have time to watch it.
I mean, if you're starting out and you're developing your craft and you're growing, that's fine. Just like, but if you're at the peak of your, like, if you're not even making attempts to get better, like, and like I see these channels where it's just like, and you know what happens, Jay? Like, I mean, we talk about this all the time. We trash them all the time. These channels that they don't try to grow, and then eventually they die off. Like, and then nobody gives a shit anymore. Or like when you just like
then people be
off,
wondering where
like
you've been for 6 months. They'd be like, we haven't seen a new Dragon Ball Xenoverse video, and it's just like, I don't make videos anymore. It's just like, kill yourself.
About with Tim, like how you were talking about, Jay, with Timothy DeLaGhetto a couple hours ago, about how you're saying like, oh yeah, like he's trying to do the same stuff that he did in 2010, but like that's not popping anymore. Nobody cares.
It's
like,
not.
These videos are
it's
outdated.
not working, bro.
He hasn't grown. He's the same Timothy DeLaGhetto from when we first saw him or whatever. So stuff, that's an example. Stuff like
it's
that.
like, and I to elaborate on that, it's like, okay, I get it. You're on Wild 'N Out, you're doing stand-up shows, all this other stuff. Cool. Don't do the YouTube shit. Just don't even give me this half-ass 2 minutes and 14-second type of fucking video with some Instagram thought, some Asian Instagram thought, talking about, oh, I hate it when girls take my hoodies or some shit. Like, bro, leave that up to the new people. That is not your place anymore. You have established your staple in YouTube.
I'm not saying that. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that older people can't grow and adapt. But like, if you fall off. I'm
saying if you don't, like, there's no reason. I'm saying in this specific situation, it's not like you're trying to adapt to the current thing that's going on. All you're really doing is doing the same shit that you used to do, but it's not working anymore. So it's like, either change the way you're doing things or don't do it at all.
But it's like they don't know better though. Like it's like you can tell them this, but like if no one's there to tell them that, they don't know, because like it's like if you get some guy who is like let's say I'm an anime protagonist and I'm super powerful and I'm just like, okay, like I'm not even gonna do, or here's a good example, like in Sword Art Online 2, where they're like, oh man, all these people, they've been like building up their speed because that's the highest stat, but then this patch came through and all these niggas who like focus on their speed and stuff, now that's not relevant anymore and it's better to be well balanced. All these people who main speed are all like worthless now, and so maybe you're some guy, maybe you were the best character in the entire game in SAO online, but then you stopped playing for 6 months and then you came back and you have this speed character and they patched it and they're useless now, and now everybody's kicking your ass because you weren't around for the patches to figure out what the new meta was, and so now you're just trash. So, or even in Overwatch, like you use a certain character and you were the best.
Oh my god!
And you stop playing Overwatch for a few months, and they patch that character, or they nerf this character, or they change this character's ability, or they so now it's like, oh, when was Symmetra so overpowered? And she's just mowing you down because you weren't there when they patched her. Now you
why is her beam going 30 feet up in the air? Oh, well, they patched that bitch.
YouTube is the same. YouTube is the same way, there's algorithm patches that change the whole game around. There's different trends, and you gotta ride those, and you gotta be around for those changes or adapt. And if you try to take a hiatus from anything and then come back and then try to do the same shit that you thought worked for you months ago, 9 times out of 10 that's not gonna work out. So that's just how things are. Talk about Tokyo Ghoul. I'm behind on everything.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm only watching Attack on Titan, so I can talk about Attack on Titan for you.
Amazing.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but I'm an anime person. I'm not a manga reader, so when I've watched every anime in the world, then I'll start reading manga, or when I just get so rich that I can buy volumes. Because I'm the kind of person that if
I actually give a shit about cartoons, then I'll get around to it.
If I'm going to read manga, I'm buying it, and I'm not about to blow off a bunch of money on manga unless I can afford to do so.
That shit requires money. No thanks. I only want that free shit.
I'm making a list of all the things that I'm gonna buy when I'm when I'm at 1 million subscribers and I'm just rolling in the AdSense money. And one of the things that I'm just gonna start just buying shit tons of manga that I'm never gonna read to fill up my shelf.
You know what I started
but
noticing is there's a lot less haters than usual. Have you noticed that? Like I like on a
Haters
weekly
where?
like on like just everywhere, like on specifically on like when you're making YouTube videos.
That's
and
just
shit.
because, so something that we have to take into consideration, Jay, is that the internet is a new place, and so it's people are still figuring out how to navigate through it and things of that nature. And like, so in the early stages, so I feel like stuff like haters is that people are just figuring out how it works, how to filter out haters, and like that, like if you're a hater, you're a fuckboy, and so it's kind of like one of those things that
It's
people are
hater
just
shaming, right?
outgrowing
Like that's a thing that people no longer just like leave stupid comments anymore. I mean, obviously there's like sprinkle a few here and there, like, you know, you're a stupid nigger.
There's
This like
still a ton of it. Let's not get it twisted. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, it is slowly dying off to the extent where, I mean, obviously it's always going to be there to a degree. It's kind of like when TV was in its early stages, and there was that whole quiz show scandal where they were rigged, but then people figured out, yeah, this is a fucking rigged, and then they just, like, quiz shows just like went away for like 40 years, and then they came back, and
then nobody cared.
They weren't rigged anymore. Yeah, but they weren't rigged anymore. So it's kind of like that. It's like you know, first there was MySpace, and now it's Facebook, and MySpace is dead. But like, and maybe something will come out of the ashes of YouTube, or maybe YouTube will be able to come out of their own ashes. And like, I feel like this adpocalypse thing is kind of a part of that. Like, it's kind of just like a birth by fire type thing, and people are gonna have to either just adapt to it and learn how to grow beyond it, or just, you know, fall off. And you know what is funny is, like, since I'm not really like so dependent on like YouTube AdSense, like when people are like saying, like, I'm like, it's kind of like you were saying, Jay, it's kind of sounds kind of fucked up, but when people are saying like, oh man, yeah, with YouTube, they're starting to bring in all these big actors and stuff. Like, basically TV is moving on to YouTube, and they're not giving out as much AdSense anymore, and all of these creators, these self-made creators, are just going to start to die off, and then there's going to start to be less and less and less. And I know it sounds fucked up in my mind. I'm like, less competition for me.
That's
like,
what I'm. Yeah, that's what I think. I
Yeah, but I'm
mean,
not
if there
about to go
are
nowhere.
people on this platform that can't adapt to the way things change, then it's just like, sorry, bro, you might want to move on to something else. Like,
And that's
like,
why I think it's so such a bigoted like perspective for somebody like Keemstar, who's talking about like oh man, it's stupid for Phil DeFranco to ask for Patreon donations when he's a millionaire. When it's just like, this is what you do. Like, that's selling something. Like, that's no different than selling shirts or G Fuel, which he likes to fucking do. You know, selling G Fuel or asking people to donate to your Patreon is still asking people to give you money one way or the other and giving them something in return. So I don't see what the fucking difference is. But and it's like, once again, but it's like no one's forcing people to pay for this stuff. They're choosing to do so. So
it's
like
all
you
voluntary. I'm not putting a gun to your head.
Yeah.
Given there are a lot of like scumbag creators out there who are just like, yeah, unless I'm making $300 on Patreon every month, I'm no longer uploading.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Which is perfectly fine for me, because go ahead and kill yourself. You know, if you're not getting $300 a month through your Patreon and you're not uploading videos, cool. Save some server space for the rest of us. Fuck you. Fuck out of here.
Server space.
Yeah.
Give us faster upload speeds.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
like, I'm tired of having to fight for people.
That's why, and like I was saying before, about people can say, oh man, you're just about the money, you're not about the content. It's just like, you have to be about the money to make the content. So it's like, you have to work to feed yourself to be able to go outside.
Otherwise, it's not gonna work.
So
like, it's just not
yeah,
happening.
So I mean, people might say, oh, I just want money, but it's like, all I do all day is make videos, so that's all I want to do. So when I'm saying, oh, buy my shirts, donate to my Patreon, it's also I can make more videos. Isn't that what you want? So it's like people have it. I think some people have it backwards. It's like you want to make money to continue to do the thing that you like to do that people will also enjoy. So it's like, what's so wrong with that? What's so wrong with wanting donations to make more videos? Like, even if you weren't donating to me, like when I say, oh, I'm going to use this money for something that's useful, I'm still going to go out with my own out of pocket and buy better equipment or buy stuff to make videos, whether this, that, and the other things. It's like, that's what it's for. So yes, I want money because I want to make videos and I want to have the tools to do that. Like, that's every YouTuber. So if you're not doing those things and you're relying on AdSense, and now you're making 1 cent on the dollar for AdSense now, and you can't afford to make videos, and then these channels just go away. Oh, what? Are you telling me that these people are going away now because they're not making money? Like, that's an incentive. Like, that's common fucking sense. So for the people who don't understand that, they can go fuck themselves, but I'm going to continue to do that because I'm going to thrive and survive on this site and just on the internet in general. And so links in the description. Buy my shirt tonight to my Patreon. But seriously, though, do that.
And the shameless plug.
There you go. Exactly.
It's it's not a shameless plug if there's no shame to be taken away. So I'm perfectly,
Please, I don't even have
it's more
dignity.
like, I'm not calling them shameless plugs
Oh,
anymore. I'm calling them plugs.
by the way, shout out to everybody who purchased a t-shirt and a hoodie this past week. So I greatly appreciate that. You guys helped put more money in my bank account, so now I can make more t-shirts and hoodies. So yeah, thanks. I really appreciate that, and I can make more
High School
videos.
of the Dead? Yes, I did. It's fucking amazing. They should have made more. So you know High School of the Dead is good when I even went and read the manga, and then the manga didn't get finished either, which also pisses me off.
Yeah, that's a little irritating. That was one of my favorites. I
High
liked
School of
it.
the Dead is just like fucking amazing. Like it just did fan service so right, but oh well. R.I.P.
Just
All right, Jay,
enough
we're almost
action.
at 2 hours now, so let's wrap up this podcast.
Thank God, yeah, because I gotta go take a shit. Yes, moral of the story this
Yeah, me
week,
too.
ladies and gentlemen, is fuck your dreams. Not all of you guys are gonna make it. I say this every single week. Fuck your dreams.
Fuck your dreams.
Yeah, fuck your hopes and your dreams.
Go read that book now.
Yeah,
because
definitely go read that book because it changes your fucking life, man. First of all, a lot of you guys are just trying to live other people's dreams and other people's hopes and aspirations. Stop trying to do that shit. You're phony as fuck, bro. All of you.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.
And then fail and then give up. Because you know you ain't shit.
Yeah.
So, and also donate to my Patreon and purchase my my hoodies and t-shirts. The new Attack on Titan designs will be available this week. I'm your boy JustJaySama, and I will catch you guys next time.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Just like how Jay said, links in the description. The podcast is on Podbean and iTunes, and buy all my shit. Give me all your money.
I do
besides
want to
go
add
suck
one other
life out of you.
thing. Because if I get to probably just enough people on Patreon, what I'll probably do is start putting the podcast on SoundCloud, because I feel like that might be something that is actually worth it, because I looked and there's like still tons of people, that like hundreds of thousands, I think a couple million users on SoundCloud, so that might be something like worthy to invest in. So I'm gonna take a look, but I need more Patreon people. That's what it is. I need a lot more, and then we can get the podcast all over the place. And also, if you guys can go and tweet Pornhub, because we're trying to get our podcast over there, that'd be great. Go and go and tweet Pornhub. All of you, literally everybody listening right now, you need to go to twitter.com and then tweet at Pornhub. Okay, you need to do that about putting the Four Heavenly Kings podcast on there. Okay, so
Change the pic quick. All right, let me find one more picture to change. I've been changing the picture in the corner for the whole thing, giving people titties to look at. Let's see. We got some Hinata pics in here.
that's about it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
So yeah, for me, that's it for me as well. Here we go. This is what you guys will look at. This Hinata pic right here.